You know, it's always startling when I hop on, so. How's it going? My name is William, and this is my so-called life. I hope everybody's having a good evening. I'm trying to get that out. Let's try that again. Hello, my name is William. Welcome to my so-called life. I hope everyone's having a great evening. Tonight, I have all kinds of awesome things planned. I just got back from my son's MMA class, so I'm running around like a crazy person. I hope everyone's doing well. I got a brand new notebook. The disclaimer's right here. Tonight, I'm going to be finishing my Captain Kirk uniform, and I finished Jnco's, so we're going to get a reveal early, eventually. Awesome. I forgot about the intricacies of filming and making a video, like a tutorial or a step-by-step, What? How are you? Welcome to my so-called life. Man, I was shocked when I came back and I saw that you guys were still going. I was shocked. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Yay. Hello, Joy. Hello. Great to see you. Oh, I gotta take a sip of my coffee, Stein. It's been that kind of evening. It's not as cold on the West Coast, so I won't complain about the weather. We're not snowed in, so I'm not gonna gripe about how cold it is. I absolutely love your live streams though. I absolutely love your live streams though, brother. Good times. Good times. I know, Joy. That's why I try not to whine about it, because I know that the weather is terrible everywhere else, and it's like it's cold, but it's perfect here. I was outside reading a book, and I was like, okay, I know that people, like most people around America, can't do that right now. So, or I'm sorry, North America, or wherever you are. Over a foot of snow. Nope, I can't hang. I cannot hang with that. Not around here. Do you know people freak out when it rains here? When it rains, it's on the news. And people are like, oh, it's the great rainstorm of 2024. It's every story. uh-uh. All right. So I finished my Jnco pants, and I'm actually kind of shocked how well they came out. But now that I have my press, um, it's easy. Oh yeah, a foot. Joy's in Canada, I believe, so a little bit more north than the rest of us. Awesome. Well, before I start, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening flying my so-called life airlines. Yep, British Columbia. It's a little bit more freezing than here. So I finished my pants, and I'm actually excited on how they turned out. Let me grab them. Oh. If I'm a little bit more extra than usual, is the air quality has been terrible here. I mean, the air quality, this reminds me of pre-smog pump of how bad the air quality is around here. So if I sound a little more breathy than usual, it's because the air is terrible right now. Awesome. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that's been going on, but I finally finished these pants. Let me see if I can make myself a little bit bigger. Oh, whoops, wrong angle. Do you know, I've been doing this for a while now. You'd figure I would have the angle down by now. But I am gonna put these on in a second, but everybody's just coming in. We're just walking in, but these things are huge. And And I finally found a use for some giant patches I had. I went all out. I made giant pockets on this thing. I went a little overboard, but these Jncos are awesome. And it always makes me laugh that I am finally old enough that a style I was into as a kid has come back. Do you know when flat tops came back, I was like, oh, those are terrible. Everybody started rocking the flat top. But the truth is, I was just jealous because I didn't have the hair to rock the flat top. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Joy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. With the press, it's like cheating now. Well, it just makes it look more professional with the press, and they came out really well. Hey, Skids, how's it going? How's it going? You look all bundled up to go out to the damn snow. I cannot hang with cold weather. I cannot. So I am bundled up. I might take a layer off. I absolutely cannot hang with the weather. And another thing, I refuse to be cold. That's my thing. I absolutely refuse to be cold. Hey, will you hand me the Star Trek uniforms? Both of them. There's 2 over there. Senor Manos. Thank you. Thank you. I know Joy has absolutely no sympathy for Alexa. What's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's 52. Hey, Pam. Hello, hello. Awesome. Awesome. Great to see you, Pam. Great to see you. Joy. Yay. Hello, hello. Everybody's saying hi, hands. Awesome. Awesome. Yay. Great to see everybody. So, I'm gonna make a collar this evening. I haven't decided what material I'm gonna use yet, where the collar is gonna come from, but I am going to finally finish this shirt. I have a few things to add on to this, but this is perfect. And this whole thing is leading me to go to Vasquez Rocks. If anybody knows what Vasquez Rocks is, it's where Kirk wrestled the Gorn, and it's within like, I don't know, 20 miles of my house. On the freeway, it's like a 15-minute trip. So now I definitely have to go to Vasquez Rocks, where Kirk wrestled the Gorn, since it's so close to my house. Yay! Hello.
Hello. How's
How
everyone
are
doing?
Great, great. Yay! Great to see you. And I haven't mentioned this lately, but I am so appreciative of the time that you spend with me, and I appreciate you for everything that you do and for going out of your way to stream with me.
Oh,
And if I didn't grovel enough, grovel,
that
grovel,
means a
grovel.
lot to me.
Awesome, awesome. So everybody's on the East Coast is really cold.
Oh, well, I mean, it's cold here too, she says in California.
No one's feeling sorry. No one's feeling sorry for us. The air quality, though, is like pre-smog pump.
Oh. Oh, thank you, Joy. You're always so sweet.
The air quality is like pre-smog. Like when you said that to me yesterday, my lungs have not felt this bad since I was a little kid.
Mm.
I have my nebulizer within arm's reach.
I took an herbal antihistamine thingy today on the payroll. I get paid in exposure.
That's funny. So I'm right off the gate. I have because I'm more of a pirate, and we respect your opinion around here.
Oh, okay.
Today in Isaiah's class,
Mm-hmm.
they had I should have known when he drove up, but there was somebody who was 28 years old in the class.
No,
But
no, no, no.
but he was he was smaller than Isaiah.
Yeah, but he's still not a teenager.
He walked up, I looked at him. See, in his body, he looked like a child, but in his face, I was like, oh, there's some age on that face, son. There's some age. And someone like me, I can spot people who don't look, their age. Like
Was
I
he
said, with people of color, you got to count the rings on their neck because you can never tell the age of somebody. Yeah.
what rings?
But he walked and 28, you're a grown man. But I have to say, Isaiah was bigger than him. Like my son was bigger than he towered over him.
Is the guy a beginner?
At 28, you're better than everybody else.
Well, but
When
hold on though. But was he a beginner? Because
I didn't check his belt. I didn't check because I'm sitting there reading my book, trying to mind my own business. And he walks past me and I was like, wait a minute. Because I heard a car pass and I was like, because the parking lot's empty. And he walks up and I'm like, okay, my flags start going up because you drove here,
because maybe the teacher told him, okay, you're new and you're kind of small, so start with the teenagers until you get some experience and then move to the adult class.
Maybe that's true. And they were going at it and Isaiah put him down. I was shocked. It was just weird to me because Isaiah got in the car. First thing I said, that guy looks 40. And he looks at me, he says, he's 28. I hit the brakes. I thought I was joking and I was closer than I thought I was.
Oh, get your shorts out, Pam.
We might have a heat wave. Hey, Happy, great to see you. Awesome.
Hi, Happy.
Great to see you.
Dang it, I've got like this one curl that's like frizzing out and like doing the bozo thing off to one side. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you. I had a squirrel moment. What were you saying?
No, you got that something about Mary hair going. I'm so stuck in that era. Hey, Trees, how's it going?
Hi, Trees.
And you know what? My son looks like Shaggy. He's got that weird, I'm 14-year-old mustache. He's got long hair. He looks like the real life Shaggy, Hey, Happy. And so it just was weird to me that they let a grown man in. And there's boys and girls in this class. And Isaiah's, the class he's in, they're from junior high to high school. So they're anywhere from 12 to 13 to 16, 17. Because there's no 18-year-olds in his class. But it was just weird.
Maybe he came at the wrong time and the teacher's like, whatever, jump in.
They do that, but it was just weird to see a grown, like what's, because he looked like a little boy and then he's grown man size, Oh, everybody's here. I got to do a reveal now. I made the Jncos.
Oh,
we're getting a reveal. Oh, you're roboting. You want to,
yeah.
Oh, Spectrum. Oh, Spectrum. It's true. I have a question for the chat. Who does not have Spectrum? I live on the West Coast of the United States of America, and I have Spectrum, and they own where I live. So we all have choppy internet. I am literally sitting in a room with like 4 or 5 boosters. That's the only reason I have a consistent signal, because I've called them, gone full Karen. Somebody right next to me may or may not have heard. I let Spectrum know how I felt. Okay.
All right.
Joy has
This-
Spectrum. Pam does not. Happy Maker to see. Spectrum has a monopoly.
They really do.
I thought that was illegal. Oh, that's funny. Mine's fine. See, Joy does not. Yeah, hello. We have Verizon, T-Mobile. I'm going through it right now because I'm trying to get a new phone, and every time I do really bad with customer service people. I'm gonna need a secretary to handle phone calls from now on.
I mean, that might not be a bad idea. You've got a lot going on.
I gotta take my boots off because I pretend to be tall, and it's no secret. I tell everybody. Do you know there are people who think that I am way taller than I really am?
I had that. I would often wear heels. Well, one, because I like them, but also because it saved me from having to get my pants hemmed. Because
sorry.
My legs are a little bit long for petites, but regular pants are always like way too long. So I would just wear heels, and then people would think I was taller than I was.
That's me.
A towering 5'6", 5'7". Woo!
I got off the Spectrum for Verizon. They were so terrible. They own where I live. Like in LA, you really don't have an option. Because the other places just don't have a big enough network. Trees, welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side. I consider a day where I don't order a patch a good day. Oh, that leads me to something else. So how do you feel about people who do not know how to sew, who critique people who do, i.e. people who critique Fashion Week, or I know we've had this conversation before.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it depends on the attitude. If you're dismissive, like, oh, that's so easy, why aren't you making something better? Then that's a problem. But I think that there are people who, have a good eye for style lines and, that kind of thing. So I don't really have a problem with it in that regard. I think it depends more on their attitude.
Somebody I've been subscribed to for almost 5 years. All of a sudden got into fashion, and I couldn't watch. It was hard to watch.
I mean, because there's...
Oh, go ahead.
Well, just, there's criticizing the making, the manufacture. There's, coming from a place of experience with that. There's criticizing the end result, how something looks.
It's just, you like everyone, we all here know how painstaking it is to make something. And so I'm looking at it from that standpoint. And from a lot of these things that they're clowning, or they're saying, oh, I don't like this and this. When I look at the seams and the cuts, I'm like, that's perfection. like to me, when I look at my designer, I'm like, that person actually made a perfect dress, a perfect suit,
I mean, it can be well made and still not be flattering, or still not be a good style, or still not look good on the person wearing it.
Oh, I have my gold shoes. Those will do. Oh, these Jncos are... It's just weird to me. Like, even making these, like, I forgot how hardcore sewing denim was.
Well, especially when you're using a silk needle like you were. I'm teasing.
It's pirate sewing right now. I'm going to start calling myself the Michael Johnson of sewing with these gold shoes. Oh, let me take the screen off.
Okay. I'm trying to mute this, but we might get some sound while I pull up the thing for the comments. It always blasts and says, "Hey, wouldn't you love some feedback?" Ha.
I do the same thing, Trees. I do the same thing. All right. Now this room is a TARDIS. It is a time machine in here. I want everyone to go back, way back. I love these things. Hold on, let me do the dance. Do I have to move? Let me move my angle so you can see my my pants more.
I feel like you need to put some Jnco dancing music on and do the dance.
I'm so scared of getting a copyright strike after there's all kinds of songs I want to put on right now. My last ones were a complete failure. So this is a complete victory. And I put giant patches. Can you see that patch?
Yeah, I like the addition of the patches on there. That makes it more you.
Because I was like, and you know what's funny? Do you know how much money they charge for Jncos nowadays? They start at like 210, they go all the way to 260. I'll make you a pair for less than
I had no idea they were that expensive.
Now you can wear your chaps over them. I don't know if my chaps will fit over this one. I do not know.
That's an idea, though, to make some wide leg chaps, like big, massive ones, like a Jnco.
I'm gonna go fighter pilot Jnco with these on. I love this jacket. My son was reminding me that I leave this thing everywhere. This is my World War II Navy coat. So we're going fighter pilot with the Jncos. I love this. This coat is so warm. Leather is no joke. I was sweating in my other leather, in my Amazon leather. Could you imagine if I had to go to the door and someone saw what I was wearing right now?
Well, I think that having the shorter jacket that nips in at the waist with the wider leg pant keeps it from being overwhelming on you.
But I like looking like I'm swimming in my clothes.
Well, then that's not for you.
Yeah, but like every other person my generation, I'm trying to dress like Tupac. I'm too lazy to do sit-ups like he did, so I'm just trying to dress like him now. Oh. You know, it's so funny you'd say that. I was about to go run and grab my, thank you so much, Happy Maker. I was about to go run and grab my giant, I have a collection of giant jerseys. These, do you know, these golden sneakers are a little bit too comfortable.
What? How can they be too comfortable?
I wear boots. You know, I wear boots all the time, so I forget what sneakers are like because I'm always wearing my I want to be tall boots. I also need them for work, so it's not like I'm fronting too hard, but you know. Came with a weird patch and cool hidden pockets. Oh, that reminds me, I made the pockets bigger on here. This is like mag light huge.
Oh, wow.
See, I can turn around and you can't see anything on because these pants are so huge.
That's a good addition to the style.
And I was trying to go over the pockets, but they just weren't hugging correctly. So I took the pockets off and I broke a seam ripper that I've had for like 10, 15 years.
Oh, wow. That's serious.
It's nothing too crazy, but it's just noteworthy. That's all. You know, I'm not over the fact that they brought a ringer into my son's class. It's kind of like in the world in the 1990s in the Little League World Series. I can't remember it was either Dominican Republic or Cuba. They swept through the Little League World Series, and later it came to find out they had 19 and 20-year-olds playing. who look, they just look like kids. I'm wearing a
I
Hawaiian
was
shirt over
19
a
or
camp.
20. I could have passed.
See, Trees knows what I'm talking about. I match how I feel. I'll wear stripes with stars or I have a question. What don't you have a collection of? Do you know what's funny, Trees? I pride myself on looking like when I'm all denimed out, I kind of look like a 1980s homeless guy. I'm trying to think. What don't I collect? I was gonna say NASCAR stuff, but I actually have a collection of NASCAR jerseys. And I was really into funny cars when I was a kid. Okay. So I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty of making a collar. These these are definitely a victory.
I like the addition of the patches and the big pockets on the back. Rashawn has a comment for you too.
I kind of felt like I was never gonna use either one of these patches, so they're perfect. Seeing those bands, I almost want to take up sewing. It's so hard to have a good fit. I don't know if I have room once more I move. You know what's really funny? Like a lot of the stuff I get is from the thrift store, especially the sewing machines. Everything like every pair of pants here is from the thrift stores, and they weren't even my size. I just walked up and grabbed the colors I liked. And that's the beautiful thing about sewing is that you can make it, because I'm extremely odd-bodied. So that's why I make my own clothes, because I have an extremely long torso.
What about spoons?
You need a bandana knapsack. Do you know what's really funny? I still call people carpetbaggers. I do. To me, when I call someone a carpetbagger, I am legitimately like insulting them.
Well, that was never a nice thing to call someone.
There was something else that we need to bring back. I can't remember. I was trying to. Oh, numbskull needs to come back, and there was something else I can't remember. Oh, spoon collection. Unfortunately, I actually have an extensive collection of dinnerware. My grandmother came from the era where she would go sign up for bank accounts and they'd give her dishes and a full set. So I have fake gold-plated knives, forks, and spoons, serving plate. I have the full set. I actually do have a collection of spoons. I need help. I need professional.
Thimbles? Do you have a collection of thimbles?
Well, not a collection.
The decorative ones, and this also like the decorative spoons where you would go to Missouri and get a.
Yes, my grandparents traveled around the world on cruises. Because I told you after World War II, my grandfather refused to go on a plane. And so they went around the world. And so, yeah, I have a collection of junk. I am a real life hoarder. I am man enough to admit. Oh. I knew today was gonna be nothing but shenanigans today. And Troy made me admit I have a collection of spoons. I never looked at it like that. Oh, the Jncos with the with my Amazon leather vest. The only reason I call it my Amazon vest is because I'm starting to see a lot of people wearing this. And I know we all got it on Prime Day. All of us.
And have they decorated theirs like you've decorated yours?
True. But you know what though? It's kind of like when you buy a car, all of a sudden you notice every single one of those on the street, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So anything that I own as far as clothing, like especially because in certain circles, like wearing Amazon clothing on a runway is a no-no. Especially again with people who know what they're talking about, you know. But that's in
Mm-hmm.
different circles. Like I just wanted a cool vest. I don't care what anyone.
Well, ever since I bought my Lamborghini, I'm just seeing them everywhere.
Fishing flies? No. No. We found something I don't collect. I collect bones. I own 2 human mandibles that aren't inside my own face legally. I know you gotta come real quick with that legally. No, that's like allegedly. That's like today when you like people are getting sued for things they say on YouTube. So you gotta be real quick with that allegedly, you know.
Mm. Just to clarify, I do not own a Lamborghini.
I have a neighbor. I talk about it all the time. He owns a Ferrari, and I want to know what he does for a living. Because we live in the same neighborhood. I drive a 2019 Ford Flex and a 1988 Ford F-150, and this man is driving around in a Ferrari.
Yeah, but you drive those because you choose to, not because you couldn't go and buy something with a higher price tag.
But I would never. Well, I would never buy a Ferrari.
Hmm.
Do you know what? Do you know what? How much stuff you could buy with the money? That I wonder about the legality of stuff like that here in the state of California of what you can and cannot own. Because we have really hardcore laws about stuff like that. That raises like I have so many questions about that. Because like on the ranch, when we find certain animal bones, we're supposed to call the county.
For
Like,
certain animal bones?
yeah, if we find like a cougar, animals crawl off in the canyon, animals crawl off,
Right. But I didn't know that you had to call for animal bones.
They want to check them to see what they, what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain states that have laws against the owning of human remains. I told you I watched that really crazy documentary about that cult leader in Colorado. And it's that one town in Colorado is the only place in America where you can legally do a Viking funeral. It's the only place where you can legally do that. Anywhere else, you got to go to Norway. And I'm sure it's illegal there too. Oh, you can't own any parts of birds of prey. Wow, I could see that though. You know what? Now that I'm doing, before I get to my Captain Kirk, how holy is too holy? And I know I'm bringing this up again, but I'm not over this jacket yet.
Oh, I had the wrong kind of holy in my head.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it like that on purpose. But like this is too distressed. At what point do I Crestone, Colorado? I watched a documentary about that. It's there's quite a few religions that actually live there because of that. It was really interesting. I'm gonna put, you know what? If I was out, I would like put my hand through. Oh man. So is this too distressed? And keep in mind, I purchased it like this.
I mean, I think that's all personal taste. That's not a look for me, but I know it's something that a lot of people like, and the more holes, the better. So
I'm not anti the Willie Nelson look, but part of me the sewist in me wants to fix everything that's wrong with this,
I mean,
So
that could be a fun project. Do some sashiko and put some patches and, mixed media or something.
I'm not anti that. You know, the biker in me wants to cut the sleeves off.
See, eventually you're going to just have cold arms and no jackets.
I actually have an extensive collection of jackets. They're just old. I have an extensive collection. I don't know. I waffle back and forth with this because I don't know what to do with it. Because I'm always upcycling, refurbishing. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But should I just put a pin in the thing and just be like, "Hey, Art Deco" or what?
I mean,
And if I work out anymore, I'm gonna do a Hulk on these arms. Look there. That is my actual. That is all my arm right there.
yeah, but it's over like 4 shirts.
Only one. I'm wearing an undershirt and a long sleeve.
Okay. 2 shirts.
If a bumblebee hits you in the arm on your bike, it sucks. Do you know I've never been stung by a bee before?
Really?
Never in my life. So I don't know if I'm allergic.
Yeah, given your other allergies, perhaps you should see an allergist and find out if you're allergic.
Every time I go and they hit me with that thing, I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to the test.
But maybe you should ask specifically about bees because
I don't even think I've ever made it all the way through without them being like, "Son, you're allergic to everything. Get out of here."
although I have heard, now I don't know if this is correct, do your own research, everybody. I am not a healthcare practitioner, but I have heard that the first time you get stung, that is what, if you have a bee allergy, that the first time you get stung is what kicks it into action, and it's the second time that'll kill you. So I don't know. Find out about that.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh, that's even worse. Thank you, Happy Maker. It was Crestone, Colorado. I was watching this crazy documentary about some cult leader who got mummified there. Let's see what else. The 28-year-old, the holy jacket. Oh, I'm gonna go to Vasquez Rocks now that I made a Captain Kirk uniform.
You should totally do that. Film yourself, make one for all the different colors, put on a production.
For anyone who doesn't know, in Star Trek lore, Vasquez Rocks is where Captain Kirk wrestled the Gorn on Septus 3, which is really Vasquez Rocks, which is like very close to my it's like a good 30-minute drive, maybe, something like that.
That's the one that's the whole like wedge shape and it's the other way on you, but like the wedge shape and then the other rocks underneath, and they're always filming things there that are supposed to be mystical or other planets. That one?
Literally the parking lot. You're describing the parking lot. That because it's famous now, I've seen a bunch. I watch a ton of stuff on YouTube. I've seen a ton of people film there. A ton of people, especially Star Trek people. All right. So I'm going to be making a collar. Do you know why I'm sitting here procrastinating wearing this this jacket? Because I'm not a fan of collars, but I have to finish this project. I have to finish this project. I put my love into my Captain Kirk uniform. I can't fit in my other one. I can't. You know what? Let's try it on. Let's see what it looks like.
Yes, let's.
Oh, it's gonna look. It's all polyester though, and it does not breathe.
Oh dear.
Let me get something to block my stomach. I'm kidding.
Maybe you're just so used to clothes that are like 3 or 4 sizes too big that you're self-conscious about the more fitted shirt.
Well,
Positive thinking is.
you'll know when I stand way back on the camera. I gotta figure out which layer this is. And you know what? Shout out to all the people who do layer. And I learned from my brothers and sisters in Saudi Arabia that it's good to layer. Nothing wrong. I am a layering kind of human. Oh,
I'm just wearing one layer, but it's a gigantic sweater.
I get cold. That's
It's
my
huge.
problem. I get cold. Okay. Oh man, I have not put this on in so long. I used to wear this every Halloween, and I mean for like 6 or 7 years, to the point where the neighbors were like, "Okay, good. I expected you to be wearing that when you came to the door." Oh man.
I was watching Rajiv and Rajiv Surendra, and he's having a costume made that's like a full-on reproduction of a Tudor suit, with the whole, like the belled pantaloons and the jacket with the peplum and the whole bit.
I don't think this looks right with the Jnco. Captain Jnco. The problem is I'm okay. Hold on. Let me. Now you really are gonna see what I'm made of when I am wearing this. This is tight. Hold. See that? That's my stomach.
I mean, that was kind of how they wore them on the show.
Rah, sewing machine. Stardate. Tight shirt. The quartermaster forgot what my size was today, so my pants are huge. The wrong color, and my uniform is just one size too tight. I'm sucking it in, and I'm not even hiding the fact that I'm sucking it in. I'm standing up straight. This will have you see. Oh man, this is tight. If I did the Hulk, I might rip it.
Well, don't do that to your vintage uniform. It's mostly tight in the upper arm, and then like around the arm side.
This is authentic. And so there's a reason why I do not wear this anymore. I used to wear this all the time, but I stopped wearing it because it's way too tight. I like my baggy uniform.
That's it. You'll have to go on a Star Trek slimming regimen.
No, I am full voyage home looking like a pigeon. William Shatner, he was... See, those are the days when you could have a fupa and still be famous. William Shatner was full fupa, and he was like, "I am Captain Kirk," and we were like, "Yes, you are. Yes, you are." I'm gonna rock this for a second. It is not Halloween, but oh my gosh.
I'd actually like to see the straight out of a comic book physique kind of go away. It's too much.
That's not real. I know people that work out every day that have dad bods. Every day. I see them, the MMA guys. I'm like, y'all work out every day. They must drink a gallon of Mountain Dew when they get home or something.
Maybe.
See, Rashawn gets it. Captain Kirk. This is why I made a bigger one, because I look crazy in this. But I will say, I'm in my 40s. No, I look crazy, and I can't do this too many times. I might break it. Thank you, Rashawn. And I'm still procrastinating because every time lately when I've been making collars, they're so janky. I don't even want to put them on the shirts. I need to go to collar school. Where's the book? Where's the Sewing for Dummies book?
You could have a live stream of your remedial collar class and go through your sewing books on how to make better collars.
I have quite a few. I actually have quite a few on how to
We'll
make
take some notes because I'm not happy with the collar on my pirate shirt.
But how do you get it to like this lays flat and goes around? Mine like, and you know what's really funny? In the other Star Trek uniforms, you can see they didn't know how to make a collar either because it's just this black thing that goes around the neck and it doesn't lay flat. Especially the green Kirk uniform, like when they were transitioning to the green, there were some janky uniforms they had. Some janky ones. Oh. At least you can fit a Starfleet gear. I would need something from the old fat Klingon line. And hey, Klingons, you know what's really funny? Klingons are more popular than being in Starfleet. When you go to a convention, you see more Klingons than anything else. One of the greatest lines in the movie Trekkies, in the 90s, the first Trekkies, they asked Riker, they're like, why are the Klingons so popular? He's like, I have no idea. Dude, come on. I have 3 Klingon flags in here. This says Klingon Maktajaj. That means remain Klingon. In Klingon. Klingons are just more popular than that says something to human nature, though. Like, to people who are into Star Trek, they'd rather be a targ kicking Klingon than be, Earl Grey drinking Starfleet officer.
I wonder if it's because the Klingons, they're more emotional. They're not this like paragon of everything that is really hard to live up to.
True. That is true. Because Klingons literally fly around and fight people. It's not even complicated. It's not even that complicated.
They drink, they eat the good rock, they have a good time,
They make songs for everything. That's why I love DS9, because they really get into the lore of what it is to be a Klingon. Turn up her cup of blood wine, absolutely. I feel like a Klingon half the time because I scare people on the jump. Do you know, I actually put that in my notes, that it makes me laugh how my patches intimidate people, or the way I look in general. And I was wearing my pea coat yesterday, and people were still kind of, intimidated. It was funny.
Maybe you just have RBF, or you walk around with a perpetual scowl or something.
I do. It's my eyebrows. I guess my eyebrows make me a Klingon. You think so? No? Oh, I swear there is some sewing that's going to go on this evening. I promise. I promise.
Lies.
The weekdays are hard, and the school year is hitting me like a ton of bricks this year. Because the kid's in high school, so it's 10 times more work,
And you haven't even done the full day walker high school.
No, we are vampires. Here in the house of Zoe, even Linda came by and she dropped off more blankets because I am now the world famous blanket guy in downtown. And she came to my house and I felt like the Big Lebowski. I walked out and she's like, really? It's 12:30 and you're wearing pajamas. I was like, well, and then I said, we're people of the night. And she looked at me and she's like, say that again slowly. Say that to me again.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the smudges off my hair. My contacts, the smudges off my contacts, and make this one hair like this curl keep from sticking out because it's driving me nuts.
I get it. I get
But
it.
mostly I can't see, so I'll be good.
All right. I guess I have a mile of that black stretchy fabric that I got from Modelo Man downtown. Do you know what's so funny? I had layers on, and this polyester keeps my body heat so well that it's almost better than my jacket. All right, I'm gonna grab that fabric. Hold on, let me suck it in when I stand up. Oh. And if you just tuned in, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am wearing a Star Trek uniform and Jnco pants at the same time. Oh. Oh. Oh man, there we go. I still want to know how much that weighs. This is extremely heavy. This has to be at least like 50 or 60 pounds. You know what? I'm going to make another Klingon flag. I think it's time. This is a perfect material for the flag. It's actually thicker than the other material that I made. And you know what? I'm going to make a giant Klingon flag. So look out for that video. Matter of fact, I could probably make one. I'm probably going to make one after this stream. I have to stay focused because I said I was going to make a collar to finish my Starfleet uniform. This one that isn't so telling. The uniform I'm wearing right now is a bit young. It's a bit young. It hugs in all the places. It's 100% polyester. This is from the 70s and it does not breathe at all. At all. So I'm going to get my things together and start making a collar or the prototype for a collar. And I still have my red shirt patch. So I will be making a red shirt this week. Or I might wait until the weekend and go get a few yards of some new red fabric. But I have to look at the color scheme because as you can see, this is a different color than this. And like I said last week, Captain Kirk's uniform progressed over the years. At first, it was yellow, but it didn't translate on screen and something to do with the Technicolor. It just wouldn't come through on screen. So they slowly graduated Kirk's uniform to green, which I thought was awesome. All right, let me move everything on here. Today was definitely a crazy day. I have all kinds of crazy stuff in my notes, but it's funny how you write something down and you don't feel the same way 3 or 4 hours later. Did they? Sorry, I'm lost. How did I notice? Okay. So in the beginning, it was this color and they slowly started fading it. And it made me laugh because I've been watching Star Trek pretty much as long as I can remember. And I didn't notice it until I read that article recently, but they did slowly graduate his uniform because back in the day, this color couldn't necessarily be picked up by the technology back then. It's the crazy things you find out because when I started Googling Captain Kirk's uniform, I started noticing really quick. Let's take a look. It was like 10 different colors. Captain, of course, it's right there. It's crazy how they changed it over time. But I love finding out little nuggets like that when I do my weird research for YouTube.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed like the behind the scenes extras on DVDs and things.
So you can see all the varying colors. Like that, to me, that's green. Oh, I don't like how they don't make things big anymore.
See how tight that is?
True. You can see, but you can see his Spanx underneath too. That's how tight that is. I'd be rocking Spanx too. I'm not judging anyone. I'm not judging anyone.
I've
But
heard
they,
oh,
sorry. No, please.
I've heard conflicting stories about that. I heard that he was self-conscious and so he wore some sort of shapewear, and then I've also heard that he had like broken a rib and so he had a support on there because of his broken rib.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Strange New Worlds. When are you coming back? When
I'm
are
ready.
you coming back?
I'm ready.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Really, this before, you know what? I might make it a goal, but I have to get like red wool for this. I want this uniform. I want the Wrath of Khan Generations uniform.
Yeah.
But do you know how much they sell for? They sell for a good $500-$600.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because they're all close up.
I know that you want to get Shatner. Let's get Shatner. I kind of already do talk like that. Anyways, I had to speed up. Do you know how I didn't realize how West Coast I was until I got online? And I'm like, oh, I have to speed up the way I talk because people talk fast. And I had to, on the West Coast, we take our time.
No, not everything has to have every nanosecond chopped out of it. That's fatiguing.
I was watching this thing about people insulting Californians, and they asked some guy in Manhattan, they're like, what do you think about Californians? And he was like, they talk slow. I literally was like, how dare you, sir? How dare you?
They cut you. They cut you.
All right. It's caller time. I can't believe it, man. I'm wearing this thing. It must be a live stream. I'm actually shocked that I still kind of fit in this.
See, it's not as bad as you thought.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, Modelo Man hooked it up. Modelo Man for the win again. Because I still have should I make the pants too?
Absolutely.
With the full split?
Yep.
And I looked, the original pants do not have pockets. Fight me. Come at me. The original, you know what? Let's go back. Let's take a look at Captain Kirk. The original pants do not have pockets. Am I wrong? Let's check. Because maybe I'm just saying it because I don't want to put pockets on them. Let's go back to images. Let's see if
wait, are you going to make the ones with the split, or are you going to make the little ones that like tuck into the boots?
Split, because my boots fit more for the split and less for the tuck in.
Yeah.
And I don't have any black boots that are that high.
Is it a vent in the front, or is it a vent on the side? I can't remember.
Oh, that's an even better question now. Oh, look at Jim Carrey. Do you see how green that's like mustard? They're slowly graduating to green throughout the years with his uniform.
Oh, so are you doing the one that comes to the point, or just?
I'm gonna do the split, but now I have to figure out now that you said that, I have to figure out where the split is in the first place. Is it on the side or is it on both sides?
With the shirt though, was there ever a round collar, or did it always have the little like the point, like the faux V?
The original had the black collar. The one I'm making has the without the is without the fake V. Like even this one doesn't have a V on it.
Yeah, but
And
I wasn't sure if they ever were round like that or if they always had the V. Because
they changed the old school uniform in the new Strange New Worlds. Because they made the uniforms that weird jersey material.
But pull up the pictures though. Because I'm seeing Kirk with the V.
Why is it trying to do that? Oh,
But
okay,
sometimes your memory like blends everything together.
oh, don't even get me started. That's why, like, I have an eidetic memory, but even I over guess things sometimes. Captain Kirk. Let's see if we can get uniform. I don't want to buy one. You know what's so funny? I want to see a picture, and they're just trying to sell me stuff. Maybe sometimes you just want to see a picture. Google. I don't know why they don't make pictures big anymore. It bothers me. This is next too. Oh, there we go. The green uniform. What are we looking for again?
The collar, because it looks like they're all that like, see how Kirk's collar has that faux V-neck?
Now, is that a fold? Oh, damn it. This one doesn't.
Because it looks like it's round on top and then pointed at the bottom.
It's almost like he's wearing a turtleneck underneath, though. Because, like, on this one, you wear a turtleneck underneath on that one.
Mm-hmm. So which way are you going to do yours?
Whichever doesn't look janky. All right, I'm going to cut a piece and just start shaping. And I love this material. Okay, so where's my measuring tape? I know it's probably right here. Magic. I'm sitting in a TARDIS. I know exactly. See that this is the joy of knowing your measurements. I know exactly how big my neck is. Cut that piece off. Beautiful.
So is your neck 3 rings or 4?
I'm the wise old owl is what I Yeah, that kid had 4 rings on his neck too. Bringing in a ringer. He was a grown-ass man. That guy had 4 kids and a mortgage. He was a grown man. He was a grown man in a child's class. And to me, it's still karate. My kid gets mad when I say that. But it looks like karate. It's MMA, but so I call it karate class. Okay.
I did a karate class. I liked it.
I gotta stand up for this. I'm having too much fun tonight. I'm gonna try not to go for my usual 4-hour streams. I'm gonna go a little bit longer, but
Wait, what? You're not gonna go? You're gonna go longer? Is that what you just said?
No, I said I'm not gonna go my usual 4-hour streams.
And then you said, sorry, just say your thing. I'll sit over here and be quiet. Then maybe it'll make sense to me.
No, because Saturday is when I come swinging with all the stuff I bought, and I go on my, I'm gonna start turning Saturday into my 6-hour streams.
Whew.
Well, I say 6 hours, but I'm gonna go for as long as I Let me go get my table. I have all the bad songs. You know what? I gotta clean up in here. It is a mess in here because I've been playing dress up. I can't function. I can't function in a dirty workroom.
Me neither.
I'm just one of those people. And I gotta put my other pants. These Jncos are amazing. These Jncos are absolutely amazing. Oh, it's good to have a redemption piece because I made a pair of black Jncos and they're janky.
Mm.
So I need to go back and fix those. Oh, the uniform's growing on me. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to make sure the stop screen was on. I looked up and just realized we would have got famous for all the wrong reasons.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wear Care Bear underwear. Really, I don't want people to know. That was a
Well, as long as
joke.
they don't have the days of the week on the butt, you're good.
Oh, now that's funny. Oh man, I forgot polyester does not breathe. My body heat is trapped under this shirt. I don't even need a jacket. I actually get this dry cleaned. Every time I wear it for too long, I get it dry cleaned because I don't want to mess it up if I wash it.
I've grown less tolerant of synthetic fibers as the years have gone by.
It's because they're extremely unforgiving. Like, extremely. I'm telling you, back when I used to wear this a lot, if I was profusely sweating, it would bead down and just drip down my shirt.
Mm.
And so it's almost worse than your shirt absorbing it, you know?
Oh, did I tell you about the video that I saw talking about why polyester smells so bad?
No.
Apparently, now this is me paraphrasing something I saw once some months ago, but apparently because polyester is made of oil, then the oils in your body, you know, your sweat and your skin oils and stuff like that, they end up bonding with the oils of the polyester fabric, and you can't wash them out. And that's why polyester stuff ends up smelling so bad, and you wash it and it just isn't fresh, unlike natural fibers where you can wash the oil out because it doesn't bond with the fibers because it's not the same material.
There's a bunch of old school shirts that I want to buy that I don't when I go thrifting for that very reason.
Mm.
Uh-oh. I see a fabric avalanche in my future soon. Very soon. It's that game I play. Like, I put fabric on, I'm like, oh, is it gonna fall? I try not to put anything slick on there. But you know, fabric is this is another thing I wanted to talk about. I might have to split my fabric. I might have to start putting half my fabric in the closet.
I don't know. I don't feel like that's the best idea because then stuff gets overlooked and forgotten.
Way forgotten. Like in the land of forgotten. Or I could move. Originally, where my brother PE 535 is where I had a giant tub of like anything less than a yard was there. And it was perfect because a lot of the time I'm working with stuff like that. But then I got my machine working again.
Well, you were talking about doing a big rearrange, so maybe you'll find a wall and a fabric system that you like so that it can all be together.
Yeah, I need to move and build a cabinet like Knittish Behavior. Is that what it's called? Her channel's called? Kittenish Behavior? Knittish?
I'm not sure.
But it's a YouTuber I watch, and she has a her entire back wall is fabric.
Wow.
And the entire middle of the room is a cutting table.
Wow.
So it's huge. Like, it's, you know. But she's in the UK, so I know she's in a basement somewhere. Oh man, that's just polyester is no joke. Why did we stop wearing polyester?
Oh, a lot of people didn't. It's still manufactured, and like so many clothes are polyester. I don't think people did stop wearing it. I mean, I personally stopped, but
I want to get like a funky, like art link letter or like just a funky jacket. But every time I grab one at the thrift store, it smells like a gajillion cigars and bad decisions, you know?
Oh no.
I almost bought a red suit, but then when I put the jacket on, Isaiah was like, look at the back. And it had a giant stain on it.
Oh,
Not even one that I think I could wash out.
you mentioned that you get your Star Trek shirt dry cleaned. Do you have a good? Where do you go for your dry cleaning? Do you have one that you like? Have they been in business a long time?
It's actually really sad. We recently switched dry cleaners because the people we go to, we've been going to my entire life, but they're in their 90s now.
Mm.
And they're messing up orders, and they lost one of Isaiah's shirts.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so because he went through this weird Magnum PI Hawaiian shirt phase. And so they lost one of his shirts. Like, and they were nice shirts. They were like not like funny haha shirts. Like these were
Mhm.
nice shirts. And they lost one. So it was really sad actually. But yeah, we switched dry cleaners.
Mm.
So far they're dependable. You know what? It's weird when you have a relationship with someone like that though. Like I've known this person my entire life, and now I drive past their business every day. They're in my neighborhood, and I don't go because they've aged out.
Yeah.
It's a sad sign of the time. And you know what? I have empathy, so I'm like, I'm gonna be that age one day, hopefully, But unfortunately, business is business. Man, this is so heavy. This is actually perfect for pants, though.
Mm. Yeah. I was gonna say, is that gonna be too heavy for the collar?
No, let's. You know what? We're Starfleet. We're gonna go all in on that.
Well, maybe
I
make
was
the pants and see how they drape, see how they feel.
I was looking for I'm still mad that I cannot find my elastic. It's actually driving me crazy. I need to just go buy more. I've officially turned into my grandfather.
Well, you can go buy more and you can save the receipt. And then when you get home with the new roll, that will help you find the old roll.
Exactly. The old roll helps you locate the new roll, is what the rule is. And you know what? Like I said, I walked past it. I would play with it all the time, stretch it. I've had it for years, and now I can't find it. Which is just pure insanity, if you really think about it. Have you ever had something like that?
Something that got lost.
You walk
Just-
past it every day, you look at it, and then when you go looking for it, it's not there. It's in that same vortex with all the socks and all those things,
Mm-hmm. So what did you just cut out?
Oh, I just gave the material's really heavy, so I cut a wide space so I can start cutting down my collar.
Oh, I thought you were cutting a pant leg, and I'm like, well, that's fast and loose with the fabric, and it looks a little short for a pant leg. And then I thought, well, maybe I was just perplexed, really, is what it boils down to.
And I got to be careful with how tight I make those pants too, because they're really stretchy and huggy, if you know what I mean.
Well, you got to have the right fit. Otherwise, people won't believe you're actually in Starfleet. They'll think you stole the uniform from somebody and you're Klingon in disguise,
I'll take it.
information.
I'll take that. I could almost use this piece for the collar. I'll take that all day long. The problem is I just want to flop it over and just start sewing it, but I got to cut darts and everything else, right?
Darts in the collar?
All right, let's just try this. Let's just try this and see what happens. This is a perfect material. I just need to turn it over.
Wait.
Stop. Nope, we're pirates here.
No, you want to
Klingon sewing.
You want to cut a curve.
Alexa, what's a curve?
Curve is a continuous line that bends without angles. It can be used to describe the shape of objects or the path of continuous movement. In
Alexa,
mathematics,
thank you.
absolutely. Equal to
Oh, I think I have bias in here.
I don't think you want to cut it, have a straight strip on grain. That's not going to lay right.
I don't know who turned. I am so mad at the fact that my Alexa is not loud anymore.
It's weird that it keeps turning itself down.
Stay loud. I'm hard of hearing thing. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
right now, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Thank you for not doxing me. Sometimes it says exactly where I am.
Oh dear.
Yeah. That's why I ask it very specific questions. If I ask it another way, it says in blah, blah, blah.
At 1, 2, 3, 4 Oak Cul-de-sac.
Rah, rah, sewing machine. You know, I'm a pirate. We just fold and bending around here, you know?
Oh my word. Don't do that. Then you'll be sad and you'll have regrets. You've
So
got so
fortunate.
much extra fabric. Help me out, Joy. Chime in, Pam.
Oh, I didn't see that. Your uniform is so snug it's cling on. Exactly. I didn't take that off. That was messing up my breathing. The air is already bad here. Let me look. I am sitting in front of rollaways of
It's a poly knit, Joy.
it's
Oh,
weird
wait, is
though.
it?
It's stretchy. It's so weird. This is the weird stuff. This reminds me of like leggings almost. It's thick and stretchy. No, did you like did you glitch out on that?
No, you were talking and Joy was
A hard time.
weighing in.
See trees down. I am down. Do you know what's so funny? Years ago, where I live, if you put a mask on your face, they call the cops on you. Now it's almost a requirement. I would look like the Hamburglar though if I put a mask.
Well, you're not supposed to put it around your eyes.
Oh, Lucha Libre, that would be sick. Actually, those masks are fun to make. That's something I don't have.
Did you see that episode of Grimm where the guy was making the luchadora masks out of the oh, what's the word? Out of the creature people. What are they called again? But he would catch one of them and then get them to Voga and then make a mask out of their skin to give people the force of the creature.
I found elastic.
Hey,
that might work. Let's see what else I have in here. Dun, da, 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 da. Oh, this is old too. Man, you guys got this is
is it luchadoras or is it luchadoros? Is it also us?
Well, that's it depends on who's speaking. Luchadores. It depends on where you're from. If it's formal or informal, you're talking to your friend is different than when you're talking to your mom. Is this what I should be using?
That's interfacing, isn't it?
Oh crap! It is. Let's keep looking. I own Michael's in here. Hey, if you ever need your green leather fixed, I've had this forever.
Good to know.
The strangest green leather kit ever. I don't even know why. I've had that for a long time. You know what? If that's in here, then where is my compass? Okay. Or my elastic, so to speak. There's more elastic. Where's the black elastic, though? Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Here's more white elastic. Okay, so I have miles of this stuff. Double-sided iron-on tape. Oh, I bought a lot of this from a giant grab bag years ago and just threw it in my toolbox. Give me hands a rash guard for MMA, perhaps. The stitch witchery. So this is definitely not to be used for the collar. Oh, it is. Joy is 100% right. See, Joy is professional. I'm just a pirate swinging around the ship. This is definitely for ironing. You know what? Let's pull that some elastic and see what happens. I have an idea.
What are you putting the elastic in?
Yeah. I do have an 8 head or almost 8 head. So having elastic in a collar would actually do me a favor. And you know what's funny? People measure their neck, but I'm going to measure it where I can actually get it. Or see, I would not be able to get it off get over my head. So let's see if I can make the collar that big. That's still kind of sketchy. Actually, I could make it like that. Yeah.
Joy is perplexed.
Oh, about me making my confused collar. You can do a no-sew hem with that. Exactly. I don't understand what you are doing. I'm actually measuring to see if I can get this around my head. And then I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna put this around the collar.
Why do you need to put that on the collar when your fabric is stretchy?
For everyone new here, this is the overkill channel. This is my so-called overkill. I'm walking backwards in the sewing world on my homemade parachute. I wanted to make the collar completely out of elastic, but I can't find my black elastic. That's really what I wanted to do. This is going to be a giant bonk of a failure, so we're not going to go down that road. But it was really cool to pull all this stuff out. I'm glad I remember that I have all this. So I'm going to make another. Now that I found my elastic, I'm going to make another pair of hammer pants.
Nice. Well, Joy, you could jump on the stream and give us a demonstration.
I was hoping that I would drive someone crazy enough to do that. How do you do this? Which way does this go? They're like, all right, rookie. Let me show you. Good grief. What is wrong with this guy?
You have to be careful, though. I saw it was a meme or a tweet or something where someone said they saw their wife loading the dishwasher, and they said, "You're not doing that right." I said, "Just before it became my job permanently." Joy says no to the demo.
You don't want to be too good at something. That is true.
You could just have like a camera on the project, and you could hide your just show your workspace, and you don't have to show your whole shining visage.
No, I'm gonna drive people crazy first before. Well, this. See, it just has to be big enough.
No, that was gonna fit. You just gave up.
All right, decision's made.
That's
It's cut.
just what I was thinking.
No, because it's at a certain point you just gotta jump in, you know. I could sit here and talk about it all day, but I actually have to do it.
Joy says, "Wait."
I have miles of material, so when I do inevitably mess this up,
I still think you should have cut it on an arc.
I still have a ton of material. I'm gonna search this too.
Ooh, Joy sent a video tutorial.
Awesome.
You're gonna serge the collar? Is that what you were saying?
Why not? I'm feeling froggy this evening.
Why not? Well, the serger gives it stretch, so you won't be popping stitches when you put it over your head.
I'm all over the place this evening. And yes, it's pure chaos behind my serger. I do know. It is just chaos back there. So anyways, what else is going on?
I'm getting an error on my dishwasher that there's water in the pan underneath. So I have someone coming on Friday to pull the dishwasher out and get the water out and check for leaks. And then we're going to clean all the seals and everything and see what's going on, see if that takes care of it. If it's just a little like gunk on the seal so water got underneath, or if I've got a leaky hose or something in the dishwasher.
Yikes. I need a new switch in my front bathroom too. So I feel you. On that one.
Today my mother came over and she helped me because we weren't sure, like the soap had gone out and the dishes looked clean, but we weren't sure if it had had a full wash cycle. I mean, full rinse cycle. So we pulled everything out and we rinsed it all by hand. I rinsed, she dried, we put away.
That's the worst. When my dishwasher died, I didn't realize how bad it was until I got a new one. Then I'm like, oh, wow. Glad I didn't get scurvy from my unwashed dishes.
Well, that's good. Small favors. You you weren't feeling well. Your throat was a little closed up, some vomiting, but yeah, it was fine.
I still think I kind of got sick from the stinky material, but I can't prove it. Because my eyes completely got swollen and all the craziness happened after I did that thing with the stinky material.
Yeah.
When I made the jabs. That's when my body completely gave out.
Yeah. I think we should just blame the stinky material and you should get rid of it. Put it in a bag, slap a biohazard sticker on it, throw it in the trash.
But the stinky material is shiny, though.
Oh, my word.
It shines like glitter because it's natural. I love the way that's done. And it smells like burnt gasoline.
Ugh. It's just bad.
And for the record, Joy, I skimmed on her video actually right now. And I'm kind of actually doing exactly what she said so far.
Good. What did she say?
I might have to watch it again. You know I don't watch things with the volume on. That's why you better really explain what you're doing when you do a tutorial with me. I'm kidding. All right. Put that on. I'm like, what is making it's my fan. Can you see my Oh, you can't see it. There's I have a new age bug zapper. It's more humane. It sucks them in a giant fan. But it has a giant bright light on it.
It sucks them in a giant fan?
In onto a surface.
So it sucks them in and then the zapper zaps them in the back?
I didn't say it was 100% nice, but
Well, no, I'm just trying to understand what it is. I mean, the zapping is a pretty quick death, so it's better than a glue trap, which is barbaric.
my job, they actually made us get rid of all the glue traps
Mm.
at my job.
Those are awful.
All right, so I need a surface to put this on. I might as well just do it over here. Now we're just gonna pin and plan. And I promise you, no fabric is harmed during the filming of this live stream. I still need to add my captain stripes on this. I'm gonna go to Vasquez Rocks. I'm gonna look so crazy when I get out of my car in my Star Trek uniform. I'm gonna look crazy when I get out of the car.
People will be envious. They'll be like, man, I wish I had a Star Trek uniform. Do you have someone who can dress as a Gorn?
Yeah. Children, yes, I do. And I won't be asking. I'm like, get in the car.
You have
Here's
a
a Gorn. Here's a Gorn suit.
Okay, that was my question. Do you have a Gorn suit?
No, but I was thinking about one of those inflatable raptor suits. See? You're dying. You see, you're laughing already. That's what I'm going for right there.
I think that's great.
But the problem is that young Mr. Hands is he's bigger than me now.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm just in denial, but he's taller than I am.
Yeah.
Use it for weed control. Do you know what's really funny? The stinky material is in a bag. I am gonna get rid of it.
Yeah,
It
don't
smells
poison your yard.
It smells like burnt gasoline. Or it smells like old school Vaseline because it's a petroleum product.
It just needs to go.
It is a real like I never thought I would buy a fabric that is like straight from the factory, you know. It's oily. You've never owned a fabric that smells like that or what? Like an old wool coat or I told you about fur, about real fur. Real fur reeks. And it has to be refrigerated. It has to be in a cooler environment. Or you start smelling like Davy Crockett. That's not a good thing. Oh, why did I say that? Now I have that song in my head. Davy,
it immediately popped in my head.
Davy Crockett.
King of the Wild Frontier.
Now, how ridiculous do I want this collar? Perfect.
So are you turning it under and pinning it and then you're going to top stitch or what are you doing?
Davy Crockett.
I'm onto your tricks. I know when you're avoiding an answer.
You're getting better. You're getting better. So far, it's looking good. So we'll see what it looks like when I have it. Oh, waffling and sewing. right, perfect.
So before I came on, I grabbed the Osmo Pollux, but Gilead isn't here. But while I've got it, I'll show everybody else. And then if Gilead is here next time, I'll show again. But this is the Osmo Pollux. And it's a oil wax based, microporous, water repellent, and it's durable, according to the label. And this is, it's an oil and wax combination, and it dries hard. And then this is a clear satin. And this is what I'm going to put on my acrylic ruler holder.
Oh, come on. We're going full Starfleet hokey magokey on this one. Oh, is this long enough? I'm going to cry if it's not. Davy Crockett, he didn't measure at all. Is that how the song goes?
No comment.
Davy. Oh, great. Now I have another song that's going to be stuck in my head of a show that is problematic. Oh, come on. This looks like this was made in CPS Studios, 1960. I don't know what I'm doing.
You could go operatic and sing the Star Trek theme.
I don't know if I can hit those notes without squeaking, though. Oh, no. Nope. And, no, great. Now that song's just rattling in my head now. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, come on. I should go just full geek collar on this.
I was playing Trivial Pursuit, and I can't remember what category I had, but the question was, what ship's call numbers are NCC 1701? And I'm like, oh, I know this. Starship Enterprise.
Supposedly, I don't know if this is true, but it's supposed to be named after North Cherry Street here in LA. It's where someone used to, it's an actual address.
The 1701?
NCC 1701.
Hmm.
North Cherry Street. But I don't know if that was somebody just selling me tickets at a convention. Because people talk a lot. And when you say, like, oh, I'm from LA, everybody wants to tell you something about LA,
Mm. And it's easy to like look back and make something apply, make some coincidence out of something or other that wasn't necessarily there when they did the thing.
Oh, it's all too easy to add something on after the fact.
Yeah.
Especially in today's world where we really don't check facts. Someone will say something and you're like, oh, okay. But do you really check to see if it's real or they're just selling you a story?
I made a mnemonic for my license plate so I could remember what it is. And I'm like, oh, well, with this mnemonic, it makes it seem like I chose it because of blah, 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 the things that make me remember what it is. But, really, it's like that had nothing to do with it. It was just a coincidence. And
Rah, so Wingstein. Got real quiet when I started putting it on. Oh, these are going in the opposite direction. Why did I do that?
oh, that's annoying. I hate it when I do that. When you're like so concerned about pinning the thing and not having it wrinkle, and then you sit down to sew and you're like, I put them on backwards.
I do that. It depends on the project, but I do that a lot because I have a left-handed point of view. So I'll do something with my left hand and it's like, oh yeah, I Put those on inside out. Oh, we're going full giant collar on this. I can hear the music. Too bad I'm really bad at yeah, exactly. How would you even hum that? Like, okay, like Enterprise. When I've told you this story, if you go to a Star Trek convention and you start singing the Enterprise, I've got faith, no one's gonna bend, or I'm not kidding you, you will have hundreds of people sing with you. I've done it before. I heard someone say it online. I was like, yeah. In Las Vegas in 2019, I walked into a room and did that, and damn near the whole convention started singing. And I was there for the Tupac hologram and the last Star Trek experience. I was there when they got rid of it.
I'm annoyed that they got rid of the Star Wars experience. The whole like hotel interactive, the whole works. I'm like, wait, what? They're getting rid of that? I didn't get to do it.
It was a sight to see. All of it. Even like I'm easily entertained still to this day when I drive at night and I see the MGM pyramid lit up. You could see that thing from, you can see it from space, But like the second when you come from State Line, you turn a corner and then all of a sudden you can see Vegas. You can see the pyramid because it's lit up, I
always tell people, like, if they're coming to the Los Angeles area for the first time, I'm like, okay, arrive at night, get a window seat, because you really need to see the lights of Vegas and then the vastness of the whole LA basin. It's just something to see.
And then you come up to LA and it's like endless miles of houses.
Yeah, like the whole like light landscape it's really a sight to see.
That's so funny. The cord wasn't in all the way. The light was on, but nothing was happening. Man, is that a metaphor for this evening or what?
There it goes. He's coming around the first corner.
Do you know when he started talking, I felt like I was golfing all of a sudden. And there he goes with his final attempt.
That was my whole plan. Viewers want to know, will William sew this collar and have the entire circumference lay flat? He has been studying up on collar application.
The bobbin ran out, I think.
No!
Oh!
No!
It did, bobbin! All right, I have a wound bobbin for more bad acting and out of control sewing. Oh, is this the janky wound one? It is. It might work. I have a weird collection of bobbins, right? I just need to get rid of all of them and rewind every single one.
It didn't fill out the spool evenly?
Yeah, it's bunched up at the top. And I can't use it because it's going to mess up in the machine. I need to completely take this one out. I just need a dark color. Yeah, I'll use yellow underneath. At this point, I do not care because it won't show on the collar. He says out loud and then grabs the darkest one he can find. I was rocking out before this stream, so I have too many songs stuck in my head.
What were you playing?
Bobby Brown pops up on everything because I click on videos because Bobby Brown has a breathing issue And he still goes out there and dance and stuff. And so I'm just looking at my future. So Bobby Brown pops up a lot on my. Okay, where did you stop sewing though?
Now
Or
you
did
got
you?
Don't Be Cruel in my head.
For me, Ghostbusters was my movie, and so when the second Ghostbusters came out, I so kids back in the day there used to be these things called singles, and I bought so I guess we're gonna have to take control. Do you know I've been listening to that song since it came out, and I unironically still listen to that song. Still holds up to this very day.
I introduced my friend to the magic that is New Jack Swing. I was playing all kinds of stuff for him.
Not everybody, not everybody comes to it on their own,
Well,
Sometimes you need a tour guide.
he was a little young, and that he was listening to like Kate Bush and Sarah McLachlan and Tori Amos and stuff because his stuff. He missed the New Jack Swing.
But he's right in front row for the Lilith tour. Good gravy. That is the Lilith lineup right there. And yes, I said Lilith. They used to have a festival for all the soft rock. What would you call that? Easy listening?
No, it's not. No, there's a term for it.
My aunt used to listen to Annie Lennox. Do you know I can't stand Annie Lennox because of my aunt?
Oh, really?
Every album, I could sing every song because of my aunt.
My friend.
Sorry, I come from an era where my parents made me get a job at 12 years old, and I worked with my aunt. She ran an ASB store, and so during the summers, I would work with my aunt, and she would bump that stuff. She was feeling it too.
I feel like you can't really say bump with that kind of music.
Listen too loudly. Never stop listening to.
I mean, like the Eurythmics were. You could bump the Eurythmics, but
absolutely
it was a little more subdued than that, I feel.
Oh, when you're a kid though, when you're like 12, you're like ready to jump out of the car and start running. I think that's what it is. Like my pops was really into a lot of hillbilly music. And as I got older, I got into it. But when I was a kid, like I could not get, or like Wilson Pickett. My pops was obsessed. It's not my thing. I try to listen still to this day. It's not my thing.
Oh no. Joy says buttonholes are giving her grief.
I know the feeling. I'm about to put this on and start acting really badly like William Shatner.
What's going on with your buttonholes, Joy? Is the machine not cooperating? Is the fabric not cooperating with the machine? Are your bobbins running out too fast? Tell us all about it while we wait for the theatrical performance.
Well, I guess this will fit over my layers, I think. Because this fits properly.
No, don't put it over your layers.
It's not like I have to suck it in for this one.
It won't lay right over your layers. This is exciting, though. I want a Star Trek uniform.
I'm hitting the wrong. I am hitting the wrong buttons. Not bad. See? Not bad at all.
We can't tell. It's only half on. And it's over 2 other shirts.
So I did that on purpose. Stardate, I can't remember. But I landed in this weird room of this hoarder.
Did anyone figure out? Okay, see you in a bit, Joy. Did anyone figure out how on earth they calculate the star dates?
It's very complicated. I actually did in one of my journals, I did star dates for about 6 months and then I gave up. But I Google it every time of there's an actual formula. Because even in the Deep Space Nine book I'm reading right now, they tell you the star date, but they say it's 2316 in the book. Because they want people like me to keep reading.
Because I kept hearing that they weren't sure, and that the star dates didn't actually make any sense. And
no, there's a real formula to it. I used to geek out on that, but I'm just not into it like I used to. I used to really geek out on that. I had a hardcore journal. It's in my Doctor Who journal, actually. Every date in my Doctor Who journal, it has a star date.
Okay, so explain it to me, please.
I have to look up the thing because I would just type in the day and it would give me the star date.
Oh, okay.
It was a star date generator. Because I got curious one day and then I realized it was I love this. Come on. I realized it was a giant math problem. Oh, I am definitely going to go to Vasquez Rock. I'm going to wear all my uniforms too.
You should. You do a whole storyline.
Yeah, but then you're going to get the looky-loos taking pictures of me.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to end up on Twitter. I'm going to end up on Twitter is what's going to happen.
Why not? You can put a little sandwich board out with your My So-Called Life and your, handles for social media. If anyone wants to know, they can look you up. You'll get all kinds of followers. It'll be great.
Whenever I wear my when I used to wear my Godless Sewing vests, I would get subscribers. Because people would read the back of my vest and get real curious.
See? You'll start making people Star Trek uniforms for the conventions. And you'll have a 1-year anniversary. Everyone will be there at the Rock.
I actually have an idea for this collar. I'm gonna bring it in. I like the way it looks, but I'm gonna bring it in even more because it is a stretchy material, so it can sit a little bit tighter. I have so much of this. Sorry. I have so much of this material. This has got to be a solid 60 pounds.
Goodness. Pants for everybody.
I don't know what to do. Like, it's so much. I don't even know where to store this half the time because I can't put it on my pile because it's so heavy. It'll make everything fall over.
Well, you can make a pair of the vented pants, and then you can make a pair of the balloon leg pants.
For anyone wondering, my friend is still in here. He's still in here.
Where's Skits?
Oh, Skits. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice. Oh, this is perfect, though. I really like how this came out. I really do. I really like how this came out. And now that I know this is perfect for collars, I am going to perfect the red shirt.
I'm glad. I like that you're pleased with that. I like how it came out. Not the color for me, but I don't know why they picked that color. It's not the color for most people.
In the future, that's another debate about another conversation they have about Star Trek. Do you know in the future they had some funky combinations? They wore some crazy colors in the future. I'm gonna I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh dear. I already showed my Osmo Pollux. Now what do I talk about? Let's see. Oh, the one that I was talking about the other day, that did the 72 buttonholes, 72 hand stitch buttonholes, was Vincent Briggs. So I'll look him up and connect that. Oh, you're still here, Rashawn. Great. Yeah, that's a much looser fit. So, depends on what you're comfortable with. And it's not pulling in the arms, so that's good. Let's see. So, Rashawn, what is this about your moving? Are you anything you want to share about that? Are you getting a new place? You should get a sewing machine and set up a little corner, sew some stuff, join the Jnco party. So let me look up Vincent Briggs and then I'll put a link in the chat.
Oh, man.
Vincent Briggs, and he's got some buttonhole tutorials as well as the whole outfit that he made with the coat and everything.
Oh, thank you, Rashawn. Thank you. This does fit. This fits much better. The other one looked like I was wearing my little brother's uniform, and I don't have a little brother.
I can understand why you prefer that one and why you're more comfortable in that one, because it's your personal style. You don't like stuff that's too tight. I feel if you want to make one that's like quote unquote show accurate, that you could do a fit somewhere between this one and your old one. So it's a little more snug, but not, uncomfortable and pulling and making you feel funny.
Accuracy. Yo no entiende. Accuracy.
¿No entiendes? ¿Por qué no?
This is the pirate division of Starfleet around here. Oh, see, if I could fly around in a starship with a uniform and a vest on, sign me up. Yes, moving apartments by March. May have to downsize because costs are out of control. Been in a place for 10 years. I would need enough space to work. As a novice, I think we need extra space. I agree. I'm like when I got really serious, I moved everything out to the garage out here because I don't think I'd ever had all my sewing stuff in the same place at the same time.
Well, you can get a little vintage sewing machine table, and they're pretty small, and a lot of them, they have a flap so they can double as a desk.
Exactly.
Or a side table or whatever. And when you're ready to sew, it opens out, and then you have a nice work surface. And then a lot of people will just cut their fabric on the floor, on the kitchen floor, on the dining table. So you don't really need a lot of space. And if having like a whole other table takes up too much space, you can even just get a machine, and it'll be in a case that you can like tuck in the back of the closet, and you can just set that up on your dining table, your coffee table. Yeah, you can make it work.
Sewing tables are awesome furniture too, though, because it's working furniture.
Mm-hmm.
So although you have something on top of it, it actually has a purpose and a job.
And as far as machines go, I would highly recommend getting an old Kenmore from the 1950s, 1960s. They were sold just after the war. They have, you can get them that have some cams or some basic stitches, and they're built like tanks. It's not a lot that's going to go wrong with it. You don't have to worry about computer chips failing.
I have a question. Polished and assembled. Is there any machines that we should avoid?
Well, Singer came out with one called the Touch and Sew, and a lot of people have some complaints about that one. Yeah.
Greatest machine ever. No, I say that in all joking. A Touch and Sews are DOA. They're broken on arrival. Like, I get it. I collect them like a crazy person. It's basically like me collecting Pintos. It's like me collecting Ford Pintos.
People would call them the Touch and Swear. So yeah, don't get a Touch and Sew. But one of the old Kenmores are good. One of the old Singers, or like an old Pfaff or something. They're built like tanks. They're not overly complicated. They're not super expensive. And you'll spend way less money and get a good quality machine than if you try to buy something new nowadays, because sewing machines are expensive is really what the problem is. And the ones that are built with all metal and that are tough and can go through all your seams and everything, to get a modern one like that is a lot of money. Most people don't have that money or don't want to spend that money, or
And
you know.
the all metal ones that are new cost 10 grand. And then like the where was it? Was it Joann's? I was so shocked that sewing machines go for $1,000 something and they're plastic.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-mm.
no. The plastic machines will eventually break on you. That's the problem, you know.
Yeah.
The old school Kenmars are like parakeets. They're like, you know, they'll outlive you. Oh yeah, there's this store I go to in downtown. I literally walk up to Juki sewing machines just to touch something that's 10 grand. And 10 grand's the lower end of it too, because they go higher and higher. Do you know they wanted 9 grand for a serger with a
Wow.
table?
Mm.
That's why I put it in that short. I was trying to show the prices, but even my camera was like, whoa, that's out of control. Oh yeah. The thing that trips me out though is that do you think it's because of inflation they get away with the prices? Because um my Viking was considered top of the line in 2019. It's non-computerized, but I didn't pay anywhere near as much as that, and it was brand new. I bought it at the actual Viking retailer.
Well, I mean, if you're getting one in a big table and with an industrial and all of that, so there. I mean, I think that there are levels, and then if you're looking at like a real industrial versus like a home sewing heavy duty, or all these things. So yeah.
Absolutely, Joy. Absolutely. That's the one thing that trips me out. Or like even my distress coat. Okay, they used $100 million worth of lasers and technologies to distress a coat that I paid $7 for. Is the effort really worth the price? You know, it's technology is so funny how we deal with each other and the things that we sell each other.
Mm.
Should I start selling vintage sewing machines for 10 grand? Because that's, to me, they're worth more than like something that's gonna break. I'm sitting in a room of, should I jack the price up? I've been giving away sewing machines lately. I've been like, 2024 has been the year of me selling touch and sews and trying to get rid of a certain thing. But I'm gonna keep my touch and smoke. I'm keeping that one. I am keeping that one. Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to Vasquez Rocks. I'm going to. It's be the first time I drove past that place and didn't go to Vegas, but I'm going to Vasquez Rocks. Even when you drive, because there's a giant cut through the rocks. When you're driving through it, you're driving past these just humongous red rocks. Vasquez Rocks is actually beautiful. And ready for a garbage. Oh, absolutely.
So if you're going to get a vintage machine and you're not buying it from one of us who can make sure that it's, serviced and working and everything, just a couple things to look out for. I feel like we should tell people. You want to make sure it's got a power cord and inspect it. Make sure the power cord isn't cracked and all of that. Now you can get replacement power cords, so don't let that be a deal breaker.
Always turn it over to make sure that it cleanly goes all the way through. Do a couple revolutions to make sure it just cleanly goes through. If it makes any rattle, click, or anything, do not buy it.
But be careful, because Singer's the knob turns towards you. A white rotary, the balance wheel turns away from you. But
we're getting on the weeds though, because you and I, we're.
But anyway, I just didn't want someone to say, "Oh, this doesn't turn," when they're like turning it the wrong direction. But so yeah, take a look at the power cord, make sure it's not all like cracked and everything. And then have a look at the pedal. If it's all completely rattling around, then it might be that the little carbon discs in it are messed up and you might want to get a replacement. But a replacement pedal is not expensive.
No, I got cords for my I bought a Singer Brilliance. It was a computerized machine. I bought it for $9 in Ventura. I googled the cord and the pedal. They were both more than the machine, but the machine works and it retails for a couple $100.
Yeah. And the machines themselves, like the vintage machines, they're so well made and they're so sturdy that you can find them often at Goodwill or secondhand or offer up or whatever, and they're not necessarily expensive. And even if you have to spend a little bit to get a new pedal or a new cord, you're still coming out ahead. You should be able to get a really good quality machine. You can look up some tutorials on how to clean it and oil it, make sure you don't get oil on the belt, that kind of thing. And you spend like 20, 40, 60, less than $100, and you get a really good quality, sturdy machine.
Do you know, I love it. I love it when I Google certain machines and my old videos pop up. If you type in Kenmore, if you type in vintage Kenmore, I dare you to not find an old GS video on there. I dare you.
But also there are levels to this, and it depends on like how much work you want to put in, because you can find someone who has done the work for you, and they've cleaned up the machine, they've polished up the machine, they made sure everything's running, and the timing's good, and they've checked the pedal and this and that and the other. And so you're going to end up paying them a couple $100 or whatever for all the work. But if you keep an eye out, a lot of times you can find a good deal at the thrift store or Goodwill or something like that. And then you look up some tutorials.
Sometimes it's worth it. Like my Brilliance was worth it. I ran that thing into the dirt, but it was worth it,
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you put in the work yourself and you look up some tutorials, figure out how to clean it up and shine it up and get it going. Because most of them work. Most of them, they're not dead. They don't need crazy things done to them. If the wheel spins and the thing goes up and down, for the most part, they work. They just need a little love.
I'm muted, talking to a muted microphone. Do you know from Earth, actually from Deep Space Nine, Sepsis 3 is 2 weeks away, and it takes 2 weeks just for a subspace transmission. That's how far Kirk was.
Oof.
So are you ready for Strange New Worlds?
I'm ready. I've been ready
for the Gorn. I'm here.
I'm so ready.
When they were like, "Who's this kid?" He was like, "My name's Scotty." I literally was like, "Yeah!" I was. And they were like, and Scotty starts talking. I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna save everybody. Scotty's about to save everybody.
This deserves rainbows."
The final countdown. That's what it feels like. I'm sorry. That's what. I'm stoked. And Halo's coming back. There's a national holiday on February 6th. It's Bob Marley's birthday.
Oh.
No. And Babe Ruth and somebody else.
Ronald Reagan.
Oh, bro, that's right. I should have known that one. I forgot about the World Destroyer. Who else? There's a bunch of people. But on February 8th, Halo's coming back. You know what? Let's check that right now. Let's see. Oh, nope. I don't want to put anyone in a timeout phone. Hold on.
We found them by accident, Rashawn. We were just making hand gestures and we're like, wait, what is this? So then we figured them all out.
The first time I jumped, I was like, what is going on?
This does make balloons, I swear.
Do you know how I found that out? Was holding Jay's like, why isn't it working for me anymore?
The thing is, you have to sit there like a fool waiting for it to kick in. So
Yeah, I'm impatient. This is too new age for me. The hearts.
boo heart.
I believe it's an Apple thing. Because it happened in the update. It was all of a sudden, and I'm not kidding you. I was sitting here streaming, and I have a monitor right here, and all of a sudden I saw a thumbs up. I was like, my heart dropped. I was like, I got hacked. I swore I got hacked. And like through the process of elimination, over time, we've slowly figured out. Well, I will say but it was Professor Waternay over here who figured it out.
And then Skits looked up to make sure we weren't missing some.
Yeah, mine were all happenstance. It was all like I just happened to stumble across them, you know. And you know what's so funny? Apple's like, we're gonna spy on all your pictures. We're gonna have an update every 3 weeks, but you get cool effects. I miss it with the eagle being in here because it would go behind the eagle's head. The eagle freaked out too many people though, so I had to retire the eagle. Got way too many reactions from people. People did not. Go ahead, sorry.
I saw a Casual Geographics video, and apparently the sound that we associate with the eagle cry that's in all the movies and stuff, that's actually a hawk, and eagles don't sound like that at all.
Makes sense. Because where I live, there's hawks all up in the canyon by my job. There's hawks over here. That's actually when my son learned about nature, he was in his high chair. I actually had my Nikon. I took pictures. We were both in my kitchen. It's all windows. We were looking out the kitchen. We were like, oh, there's a baby bird. I'm not kidding you. A hawk swooped in and and it sat there. And I walked out and I was like, hey, to the hawk, and the hawk just flew off with the bird in its tower. You don't realize how big something is until you're walking up to it. That thing was at least like shin high, knee high. It was not small, you know. Nature's no joke. But where I live, we get a lot of birds, you know, because it's fair weather here. So a certain time of year, there's just birds everywhere. Yes, I heard eagles, and they have a less aggressive sound, more annoying. You know what's really funny? I guess I was subscribed to an eagle's nest, but like I fall asleep to weird things. But every once in a while, I just have loud noises in it, so I unsubscribe. Because I'm subscribed to the Africa Cam. I fall asleep and I literally wake up to like zebras, and I have to look. And I also subscribe to that weird national park that Alibaba told me about.
Do you subscribe to the otter cam?
You know, otters and I have beef. You know, otters and I do not get along. You know, I'm such a baby when every year we would go to LA Zoo. Oh, I'm telling you, they're huge. And I would give the otters a dirty look, like, I know what you guys get up to. Y'all look cute. You look cute. I know what you get up to. Otters are gross. No, thank you. No, thank you. Look up to see what otters do to each other and then tell me you think they're nice. It's just because they're like, it's like that raccoon in my neighborhood. Everybody's like, oh, it's magnificent. It's beautiful. It eats trash. That thing ate a bottle of sunscreen. It's gross. But everybody loves it because it has a round head and it looks like a real trash panda. It's still a giant raccoon. I had to talk. I had to talk with my neighbor. He's a grown man. He's like, oh, it's beautiful. I was like, Dude, that thing ate a bottle of sun. That thing's a menace. That thing's a menace.
You're just mad because it ate your sunscreen. Meanwhile, the poor thing had a nutritional deficiency, and you're begrudging it one bottle of sunscreen.
I have cat
$2.
food out there for and I'm feeding the whole neighborhood. I'm feeding the whole neighborhood. So I can't say, oh, let me see if I have a picture of that thing. That thing is giant. I don't know if I have a recent picture of that thing. It's huge. Oh, those are the possums. But possums actually have a job. They fill out W-2s. They have a purpose.
Flea and tick management. Control, vector control.
They know it. See, they are part of the symbiont circle, to quote Star Wars. They have a purpose. Raccoons fight everything. I have the craziest pictures in here. Because I take pictures of like random street signs in LA too, and things that I'm like, oh, what is that? I don't know if that's the one, but it's its cousin. That thing's huge. Let me go to the Twitter for the record. Let's see. Oh, it still says Twitter. 10 years from now, I'm still going to be calling it Twitter, even though it won't be around.
Do you think it'll be gone then?
I don't know. It's not Facebook. I'll tell. It's not like, like I didn't think Facebook would still be around, but yeah, it is. Let me see if I can share this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bitter because Twitter changed and I don't like it anymore. Maybe I'm just being a baby. That's not even the one I'm talking about, but that one's just as huge.
Yeah, they are bigger than people think.
That's puppies. Like, that's puppies. And that's the runt of them. Gosh, they love. Every time I turn the light on, there is a different animal out there. The day I jumped, though, was the day I went out there and because I'm always expecting to see something different. And oh, look who it is. I was wondering about you. I hope you're doing well, Kilroy.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing well. You're missed. I said I was only going to go for an hour, and I'm going full James Brown. I put my cape on twice.
Get up. Get on up.
I did a caller Starfleet issue. Now that is Captain Kirk. Look at that. I'm stoked. I was sleeping, got a couple more infusions at the hospital this week, and they wore me the hell. I thought so. That's what I figured. It's no joke. Like, I've had health issues my whole life, and I kind of just accept it for what it is. But, it's no joke when you don't feel well. So I completely understand. Listen to my lungs. I'm a mess. So I completely understand. But you were missed, Kilroy. You were missed. And I said a bunch of crazy innuendos.
No one was there to take screen caps.
I'm really starting to show my Star Trekky side. I really haven't gone full geek yet. I haven't even dipped a toe into Blake 7, Babylon 5, Farscape. Innuendos. Oh. But actually, I'm gonna have to show you Blake 7 just so you know what I'm talking about. Blake 7 was a show. It was I'll probably get a copyright strike. They're really weird about it because it's a BBC show. Do you know what's weird? Okay. Quick gripe. They allowed me to play the David Tennant Family of Blood clip twice on YouTube, okay? They almost took my channel down because I wanted to play the Blake 7 theme song. They literally said, it's your channel or this theme song.
Hmm.
I do not get commander algorithm. I do not get it. I don't understand it. It's
Maybe it was the publishers for the song as opposed to the BBC for the show.
they're hardcore, and I'm subscribed to a bunch of channels on YouTube. It's the weirdest thing. I'm subscribed to a bunch of channels that they all show Blake Seven, but every once in a while the channel will get taken down completely because
Hmm.
YouTube will catch up with that channel. So we're like, okay, go subscribe to this one. Go subscribe to this one. It's a mess. Blake Seven sounds like one of those new country singers that the alcoholic rednecks around here love to listen to. No, it's a crazy show from I believe the 1970s. And it's just all over the place. I don't even want to give it away, but it's old school sci-fi because they have a base set of the show, but every episode is different. And the characters, they're not necessarily good. They are like you fall in love with them, you're rooting for them, but you ask yourself, are we the good guys or the bad guys constantly?
Mm.
I love shows like that. I love shows like now I have the theme song in my head. You need a coffee stein. Do you want to know why I stopped talking so slow? Was I got a coffee stein.
Mm. Oh, well, I am thinking about some more coffee. I mean, I had this one when I got here. It feels like a very long time ago.
I like those old school shows. Not everything should be a series, damn it. Well, I liked it because like they were based on a ship, but every single episode something was different. Every single one. Good work. Pleasure to meet the community here. Hey, it was great having you around. You
Yeah.
anytime, Rashawn. I absolutely love your live stream. So you are always invited here in the House of Sewing.
Nice
Always.
to meet you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I have the Blake Seven song stuck in my head. Oh. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 48 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't know why do you know that is like me saying computer? Can I change the A word to computer?
You can probably set it in the preferences and tell it to listen for. Although I don't know, Amazon, maybe they're uptight about that kind of thing. But you can change Siri, I think.
Well, that's different because once I got the A word on my desk, I stopped talking to my phone. I'm not even
Well,
gonna sit up here in front. Like
no, what I meant is that there might be a setting in Alexa because I know there's a setting in Siri.
because Dog was talking about how he gave it a different accent, and I know you can do that because my phone has a British accent. Every time there are a few people I know, they look at me and they're like, really? Really? But it makes me feel classy. My phone's British. They were just like being a bitch. Absolutely. But I want to know if I can change it to computer so I can sound like Picard.
Try it. See if you can find that in the settings.
I did a refill. I'd have to look it up and like, cause I have the app because when you really change things, you have to change it in the app.
Mm.
Cause it constantly is asking me, oh, if you want this, tell me to do this and this and this. But when it's a major change, you have to change it in the app.
Mm.
Which I'm gonna go digging and see why it's so quiet. I'm loud, so sometimes I think I have an inner ear problem. This is why I'm so loud.
Well, I mean, you might because of your allergies, having you all congested and everything.
I also was raised by real senior citizens, though. Real ones. Like, they were legitimately senior citizens when I was 9. So I always did have to speak louder. I said when I Google to a man's voice, it's a lot easier for me to hear that stock Google voice. Mine's a British man on my phone. It didn't give me the option. I just switched it to British, and it was a man's voice. And I'm not. I don't judge. What? What did you say in your No, a long time ago. Also, I think it's because I grew up around senior citizens. Like, my dad was retired, my grandparents were retired, and I was still in school, young in school. My grandma was the worst. I should have got her an ear horn though, but she wouldn't. She would have thrown it at me.
My grandmother didn't believe how deaf she was. And you would like finally convince her to put some little, like some sort of hearing augmentation in, and then you would try to show her how loudly you'd have to shout at her, and you'd even tone it down, and she would just be like, she would not believe that you were shouting that loud. Here.
I'm laughing because I lived that too. That brings back actually really good memories because my grandma would not believe me, and she loved my uncle. That was that was her favorite son. So I brought my uncle, and I was like, "Tell her she can't hear." And he was like screaming at her, and she's like, I really like you, but I still don't believe you. Because she was telling the rest of us to go stuff ourselves. She was telling just you go stuff yourself. But my uncle came up, he's the favorite. And he was like, hey, you can't hear anymore. And she's like, I really like you, but get out of my house. Do you think, depending, all the anxieties that we have, because with 1950s futurism, do you think in the future they'll have better technology? Like they sell that it'll destroy your eardrum, but that thing on the TV, that fake hearing aid, if you couldn't hear it, it'll work,
But I'm not sure what you're asking.
Do you think they'll have better technology in the future when we're geriatric? When we're old?
Well, it's so hard because I feel like in a lot of ways, we've exceeded what they thought we would be capable of in the future, and yet at the same time, we don't have flying cars, so it could
True.
go either way.
My mother's that way with glasses. She's trying to get by with drugstore readers, but it's not enough anymore. Try telling her that though. She'll say she doesn't need glasses.
Well, but readers are for reading. That doesn't help you see out over there.
People use them as substitutes though. My pops bought that weird ear thing off the TV when he had hearing aids that were worth $1,500 each. Excuse me, and trust me, people freaked out. They were like, what? You're wearing that stupid thing on skits. You're wearing that thing on your ear. They freaked out.
You missed the eagle head skits.
You did miss the eagle. The eagle will be landing, but I finished my collar. Look at that. That is Starfleet standard issue right there. Laugh out loud, rah, rah. Yay, good to see you though. Good to see you. Good. I've seen a hearing aid where it doesn't go into your ear. That's a unit that they implant into your head and another unit that sticks into the side of your head. So I love watching those videos of people who can hear for the first time. If I'm having if I feel like crying, I'll start watching those. Serious. I love those reactions when people, because it's genuine. When they're like, oh, I can hear,
There was a gentleman who used to, he was a friend of a friend, and he had a cochlear implant. And in a party situation where there was a lot of noise going on, he would bring a microphone to, for added clarity when someone would speak to him. But it was so intimidating because you felt like he's going to all that effort to hear what you have to say. You better make it a good one. It was a little bit much because you don't want to say some offhanded something or something that just kind of wasn't worth the effort that he had put into it.
When I was a kid, it's not just something on South Park Kids. I knew multiple people that had the vibrating thing on their neck, especially a Vietnam vet crowd. There was quite a few guys like that. And you would notice that they would think about what they would say. They would like when they put that thing in their neck, it was you better listen because they're actually saying something, you know. See that technology, is that still around? Or is that improved?
Cochlear implant or
Or
the
yeah, like
or
you
the thing where they have to like belch speak? Which one?
yeah. Though I don't know, he put a device to his neck and you could hear him.
That one I'm not familiar with.
You
I'm just
know I'm
familiar with the
terrible
one
with
that was like the air hole thingy for the people who had,
that too.
spoke too much. Hint, hint.
When when I was do you know what's so funny? My generation actually was shown so the woman from the smoking commercial, she actually did a whole documentary
Mm,
and it was actually not cute of the care and they showed my generation and we still smoked like chimneys.
mm,
It was a required watch in health class, a
mm,
required watch to watch her because everyone's like, "Hey, that's a lady from the commercial," because we all knew her because we were all of that era, and like they showed us a day in her life, and it was not for the faint of heart.
mm.
You know, it's funny. You are looking at me. I know we're on the internet, but I see you looking. Rah rah sewing machine. That guy really knew how to sew. Oh, yeah, we've seriously though, thank you so much for coming on my show. I do truly appreciate um everything that you do here in the House of Sewing.
Oh, you're welcome. I try.
And you know, my ship does need adult supervision. I do fly around the galaxy willy-nilly, playing rah rah sewing machine.
With rainbows.
I'm gonna, you know what? I might rewrite that song, but they're still gonna give me a copyright strike. Do you know only people in America can watch Rah Rah Sewing Machine? I think. Oh, and in North America, in Canada, since we are in North America and Canada. But you know, people outside of the where we sit cannot watch it.
Can they see it in Mexico? That's part of North America.
I don't know, but I was so mad. Okay, back to copyright strikes. When I was in my pork pie phase, um, they like I was making all these videos about Peckham in the UK. All these videos. No one in Peckham could watch them because they were blocking them in the UK. Because it was an old show from Channel 4. It wasn't even a BBC show. It was a Channel 4 show. So like when I was making these awesome coats, when I was dressing like people from Desmond Barbershop, no one saw the video.
You'll have to redo them.
I would show it here, but I'm scared to get a copyright strike because it's such an awesome song. I'll be here for a little bit longer. I'm gonna be taking off in a minute or two. But I don't know. And I thoroughly enjoyed making those videos because I was looking up how people dressed in Peckham back then. And I'm talking about like 1989. It wasn't even like
Man,
like
oh my goodness.
1950.
I suddenly feel very old.
Hey, I was there too. Oh gosh. I was anyways, so I'm scared. I like honestly, like I would show it right now, but I'm scared to get a copyright strike on my own channel from my own video because of a song.
Yeah.
They gave a spin-off to a character in the show and they gave him his own song, and it was my favorite character. And so I played it and I put myself skanking to it because it's very soca Afro-Caribbean. It's got that beat that just makes you want to like, start dancing. And YouTube was like, copyright strike.
No.
I need a list. No, because if you have see, this kind of does have a dip though. If you have like, I'm eclectic, I'm into all kinds of things, and I want to know what I don't know. So I'm constantly looking for things, and I discovered all these awesome shows, and they were like, nope. was thinking of you when you said about drugstore readers. You should see my mother when she's driving. She'll put them on and read the speedometer and road signs to take them back off.
Oh my goodness, that's not going to help with the road signs. They're close. They're for.
To
Oh
quote to
dear.
quote one of the most famous, I asked a question one time and I got an answer that I still remember. I was like, wait a minute. If you're not wearing your glasses in such and such situations, how did we even get home? The person looked at me and said, I count off ramps.
Oh my
And I
word.
don't think they were joking now.
Uh,
All these years later, I do not think they were. That's real.
well, I told you about when I had broken a contact lens, so I went to the optometrist, and
Mm.
I went without my lenses on because they do like the for initial thing with the little like red barn off in the distance and
Oh yeah,
the
I
little
remember.
road, so they have some idea of where to start. And the doctor said to me with a very alarmed voice, like, "You didn't drive here, did you?" Like, no, someone brought me.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh gosh, that's like the first time I showed people who knew me, who know me. I showed them my glasses, and they're like, "I got in a car with you, and you were not wearing." They were mad at me. They were like, "You've been driving for years without glasses," and I was years, years.
So were you in denial, or was it where you like didn't realize just how much you couldn't see?
The first is I went to a Kings game, and I couldn't see the score on the jumbotron.
Oh,
And I was sitting in the mid seats. So like you could like you didn't even have to look up to see the jumbotron because it's like, they lower it into the stadium.
uh-huh.
And then the second was I was sitting in this room back when the TV who's up here was on that back wall. Again, I couldn't see the score of the hockey game. And then my pops totally shamed me. He lost it. I'm like, and I get it. He's like, when you were a kid, if you just listen to the doctor, because everyone in my family wears glasses. So how would I not wear glasses? Everyone in my family wears glasses. So yeah, I've just been in denial this entire time, and I went a whole decade without wearing glasses. Throughout my entire 20s.
Mm.
But my vision got worse. Is what I'm trying to say. And in my late 30s, when I finally got my stuff together, I started noticing I just get like even right now without my glasses on, I can see the chat, but I really have to lean in to like not sound like I didn't drop out of high school. And, I didn't even realize it until people started started letting me know in the chat, like, put your glasses on, blindy.
Which you still don't do. I think we've given up.
I wear them when I drive because that's just like, that's just mean to do to other people. It's selfish, narcissistic,
Well,
even.
and dangerous.
I'm not trying to put anyone's life in danger for my vanity, There's people who see me and they're like, "You wear glasses." There's people who've known me and they're shocked when they see me wearing my glasses.
Well, your glasses look good on you, so I don't think you need to worry.
It at this point, I have no shame. So it's not even that anymore. It just became a habit. I'm just so used to not wearing my glasses anymore.
My problem is it's hard to find readers that aren't blue light blockers nowadays. And so I put glasses on so I can see the screen. And then it makes like, not only does it make me look extremely tired because they like gray out my eye, like it browns out my eyes, makes me look like I've got it makes me look like I've got the dark circles. I work so hard to correct with makeup. But then also you get you get a heavy reflection. So
Oh yeah.
I just have like blue squares on my face. rectangle.
Oh, you shot out hearts.
I
when you
did.
that.
Well, you know, it's future. I shoot heart lasers.
That's why I did that above my
Pew,
eyes
pew,
earlier.
pew.
I would.
Yeah, see, these reflect a lot too. You know, but we've got to see. See, I'm very disappointed that we don't have bionic eyes at this point because I've been waiting.
Or at least a visor like Geordie LaForge.
And yeah, see,
I wonder if there's any coding they could apply to glasses to eliminate the glare off of computer screens. See the difference when I wear my glasses. I swear I can read. I promise. And I went to college. I walked around and dropped out, but I went there. There has to be though, because I still watch television. I watch the Hockey Channel late at night, and the one thing they're good for are those hokey infomercials. They're still on. They're still on TV to this very day, and they sell weird blue blocker glasses. I don't know if they're readers or anything, but
well, I know that they make glass for like artwork and things that's that's anti-glare, and so they must surely be able to do something with some glasses so that you don't get glare.
sorry, I'm still not over that Rogaine infomercial that I wasted an hour of my life to find out that brother spray painted his fro. I thought I was gonna get my hair back, and that's just spray paint. I want. Can I just get my fro back for like no? Never mind. I'm not gonna go down that road. There has to be something though. There has to be something like that. Especially nowadays, like anything that they could possibly make with any technology they do nowadays. There actually are bionic eyes now. It's just that they're so expensive that there's last resort after anything that did. You know what? And they've been tried for unique situations. It's like that with replacement lungs. You can get replacement lungs now, but you just have to be like, Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I'm waiting for those kinds of things to be commonplace because, as I've discussed before, I'm incredibly excited. My optometrist is way worse, but still, like I can't read the Big E by a long shot, and so I already wear contacts, and I wear contacts so that I can live an active life and not have to keep track of glasses. And now, because I'm mumble years old, I've started to need reading glasses. And I'm like, this is a pain. This is a nuisance. This is
You're
wrong.
young. You're young. That's not mumble. You're young.
Well, I may be young, but I'm reading glasses age, which is just annoying. Well, apparently though, that's because I spend too much time looking at screens and reading books and Oh, Kilroy, I wanted to ask you, have you read any what is the name? Is it Reverte Perez or Perez Reverte? I'll put a link in the chat. But have you read the Club du Mans? Or the one that was about the chess? I don't know. I'll put a link. Let me know if you've read it. I didn't get to read that book you recommended yet, but I was thinking of this other one if you'd read it.
Now I have Forever Young stuck in my head.
You had to bring it up. Ah. It's really good. Okay, it is. It's Perez Reverte.
Oh my gosh, am I actually yawning? The coffee stein's kicking in. I've had the equivalent of like almost a full pot of coffee during the past 2.5 hours sitting here.
Uh-oh.
Well, I have to also consider that I drank My beautiful cup that I got at Ross years ago, I drank a full mug. That's like 44 ounces. Plus my coffee stein.
That's a lot.
And then I sit at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I wonder why I can't sleep at night. And I'm watching the UK. I'm like watching the UK afternoon news.
What could it be?
You know what it was the other night? I couldn't sleep, and I got caught up in Caddy K interviews because she used to be on BBC America in the 90s. She was the BBC America commentator. So when I see people like all grown up, I'm like, oh, I watched her documentaries till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I had to go to work. Oh, geez, that Club Dumas book sounds like a ton of fun.
It's good. Oh, you found it. I'll still put it in the chat for anyone else, but Perez Reverte.
So to go full circle, do you think it's wrong that a 28-year-old man, even though he's probably 110 pounds, 100, well, no, he was little. My son is, even though my son is probably 5'10" now, wow, he is taller than me. I'm in such denial. I'm in such, because I saw him standing next to someone who's 6 foot, and I'm like, oh, they're kind of looking each other eye to eye, you know. But is it wrong for a grown man to be in a class with children, even though he's the size of children?
Well, as I said before, I think it depends on his skill level, and it depends on the teacher's awareness of the situation, and depends on his behavior in the class. You know,
When I was 28, I wouldn't want to be wrestling around with 12 and 13-year-olds.
yeah. I mean, taller than my father. He gave me his old army clothes in my teens, and I outgrew the pants by the time I was 15.
They allowed a 28-year-old man in my son's MMA class, and I still haven't gotten over it because I'm still talking about it. 3 hours later. But he was tiny. And it made me, and like at my size, like I probably outweighed him by a good 70, 80 pounds. Like I'm huge compared to this guy, you know?
I mean, if you have concerns about it or you're not sure what the heck is going on, then go and have a conversation with the teacher. Find out what the deal is.
Nothing nefarious. Everything you said was on par. He didn't do anything nefarious. He didn't like you know what it was is weirdly none of the parents were there. A lot of the time most of the parents were there, but today for some reason none of the parents were there. So I took up responsibility for all the parents. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I will speak for everybody. If he's 22, I'd shrug off, but 20, thank you. That's like I said earlier, that's a family with a mortgage in 1972.
I mean, it is an unusual situation, but maybe there's something going on that you don't know about.
I'm not a professional, so I can't diagnose, but he drove up. Where we live, people with disabilities cannot necessarily get a license. There's heavy stipulations depending on what your diagnosis is.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean in that regard, but
Oh, sorry. It's what I do for a living, so I'll go straight there.
Sorry. but maybe something about first class, see where he was. Maybe he's really nervous because he's so small, wanted the teacher to evaluate him. He came on the wrong day or time or something. The teacher's like, okay, we'll just sit in this one, and then normally classes at 8, or
Isaiah put hands on him, though. They were like wrestling, and that's when I like stood up and walked right over there, and I was like, oh wow. But again, Isaiah outweighed him by a good like 20, 30 pounds. Or maybe I'm just in denial of the fact that my son's bigger than me now. Not weight wise, he's a stick, but that's hereditary. Like on my pop side, they were just skinny people, just like absolute skinny people. So on my mom's side, you know. What else did I put in my that? Oh, okay. So we're gonna glide off on this one, and we can go off for a second. But so I drive around every night now. Okay, I have noticed something that is now my new pet peeve, which I'm not over, and I will never get over it. And it's insane to me because I see it almost every night now. People driving with their headlights off
What?
at night. Even Isaiah notices it now.
Like on purpose or
It
caught off
happens.
guard because it gets dark so early, or
I'm scared of for my fellow. I almost doxed myself and said the name of my town, but I'm scared. Like it's the weirdest thing. It is the weirdest thing. People drive around with their headlights off at night, and the sun still goes down around 5 around here. Hi. You hopped out and hopped back in.
did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
It happens. It happened. I have the opposite pet peeve. People driving during broad daylight with their headlights on. Well, like after a certain year, most cars were made with day running lights.
Yeah.
That
And then
is annoying.
They get brighter at nighttime.
It's crazy to me though. It's crazy. And at first I thought it was because I am damningly observant. So I'm like, okay, William, you're the real life Seinfeld, so just calm down. But then Isaiah was like, Pops, you're not being neurotic. Like I see it all the time. And now we point it out to each other at night, and it's because we're looking for it. Maybe we see it, you know, but I see a lot of people driving with their headlights off, and I'm like, you guys are crazy.
Wow.
Do you know what drives me crazy too? Are those lights that aren't uniform, the super bright halogens. I don't even know what you call them anymore. They're like almost blue. They're so bright. They used to be illegal, and they're not anymore because Tesla was invented.
Yeah. Or the thing is, like, so many of the vehicles are high up, and then instead of the lights pointing at the road, they point straight ahead, and then they blind you.
Drives me crazy. And here, I live in the land of wannabe jacked up trucks. So everybody has a jacked up truck here, or car, or SUV that's like literally 5 feet off the ground. How do you get in that thing? And where I live, it's mainly women driving jacked up trucks.
When people start to pull up next to a fence to get into their car.
Even my F-150 has a step bar on it and a handle. Let me tell you, I use it. Those are LED lights. Most of the time, they're actually illegal because the headlight hasn't been redesigned for LED to make sure it doesn't blind people. It's just for halogen. Oh my gosh, it drives me. And it's more like when I do desert driving, because when you're out in the middle of nowhere, all you can see are those stinking headlights. It's like literally you're the deer in the headlight. Or like a bug to one of those old school zappers. Like, I don't know why this is so beautiful. Zap. Drives me absolutely crazy. But like, you know, I think it's because I was raised by senior citizens. I try not to be that like whiny old man. But people driving with their headlights off, I'm sorry, bro. I'm going to say something. And you know me, I'm a hero. I'm honking like, dude, like, hey, Karen here, professional Karen. Hey, your lights are off, bro.
It is I mean, I know that we see what the things that we're looking for, but even looking for people without headlights, you shouldn't be seeing that many of them.
Almost every night or every other night, we see him now.
Mm.
And his MMA class is like, let's just say I live at the top of the boulevard and his class is at the bottom. So we're not even going that far. We're going like
Mm.
2 or 3 miles, 4 miles from that. Not even 4. It's like we could walk there, really. It would be a brisk walk, but we really could walk there. It's something crazy. I'm concerned for my fellow citizens. I am concerned for every single person around me. Like, what is wrong with you people? I'm so glad I remembered that. I've been trying to bring that up for days. I forgot about that. Wouldn't you freak out if there was like a rash? Yay, Joy. Welcome back. Wouldn't you be like, there's something, is there, wouldn't you say something if you started driving around and seeing people without their headlights on?
It is concerning. Maybe post on Nextdoor or something. No, have your mom post because you don't go on Nextdoor.
No, because I don't want to see what they're saying about me. Could you imagine, like, I'm that guy in your neighborhood where you're like, I don't know about that guy. And Lord, do they know I'm sitting in my garage yakking about sewing and wearing a Star Trek uniform. But I'm that scary guy who putts past their house. I got my truck fixed. So I've just been like tooling up and down the road in the neighborhood. Like, I'm sure they like, these are people who don't know me. I'm sure they're like, who is that guy? And why doesn't he drive a Ferrari?
Where's his Audi?
Oh, that drives me crazy. All of my neighbors have Audis or Beamers. I think I've already said this. My neighbor bought his son a Tesla.
Wow.
And he drives a 97 Dodge Caravan. I asked him. It's a 1997 Dodge Caravan.
That's a lot of car for someone so young and likely to get in some sort of accident.
Oh, I finally asked him because he's so nice. I've known him for a very long time. He's just a good human. And I was like, okay, don't be abrupt, but ask why his son is driving a way better car. So I was like, what year is your van? And he's like, I know, I bought my son a Tesla. He knew what I was gonna say. I've known him. He is genuinely a sweet, like he's just a kind person, But like he knew what I was gonna say. You're majorly roboting.
Oh goodness. Well, I'll reload. I'm plugging in because my battery was low. I'm getting kind of pooped.
I'm gonna jump off in a second, anyways.
Okay.
I love how this came out. The collar is awesome. I really like how this came out. And like Rashawn said, this fits better than the other one. The other uniform doesn't give much room for the imagination. And it hugs me. And I'm not a fan of polyester. Is it behind me? No, it's hanging up over there. I'm going to post pictures. In the difference between the new and the old. I think I should post pictures. There you are.
Hello. Is it better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love how you test it out. It makes me laugh. Because when I go back and watch the stream, it's always that moment when I look and I see you doing that trippy move. It's kind of like I have this weird thing. It happened even in today because Rashawn went for 6 hours today. And
Wow.
like when I came back from my son's class, I clicked on and you always come in the weird part of the conversation. And I sat there for a minute. I was like, let me get context before I start asking crazy questions. And And I watch a lot of live streams. I even on sewing live streams, especially when I can't sleep. I fall asleep to this one. Is in the UK. It's basically their version of the Home Shopping Network, but it's all sewing stuff.
Huh.
And I put it on because the guy is just talking like this the entire time, and he's really nice. And I'm like, I pass out. But you know, they actually have they show fabric and all kinds of really interesting stuff. But you know, I'm not gonna call it. I don't know the exchange rate. And my bank would hate me if I put my credit card up to something in the UK. My bank would be like, really? Have you lost it? Home Sewing Network. It's awesome. It's in the UK. There's this guy who comes out. He has Rod Stewart hair.
Oh goodness.
I absolutely love it when people don't give up. Like when you're in your 60s and you're still rocking like the spikes and like he's not giving up. I respect that. I think we should start that here, the Home Sewing Network. No, your bank would love you. They'd make a lot of money off the international transaction fees. That is true.
If you're gonna do that,
sorry, go ahead.
you maybe need to sign up for a UK based bank account or credit card.
It's always something complicated like that. Always. Which makes me wonder how I used to buy a lot of metal patches off this guy from the UK, but he probably had an American because he would present everything to me in dollars.
Might be that the software made an exchange automatically.
Yeah, he was a professional. Oh, and then Brexit happened and it would cost too much on all sides.
Stupid Brexit.
And because of that, like I stopped buying patches from that guy. And the sad thing is he was faster than Amazon. I'd order something and it would be here in 6 days.
Nice.
And there's certain things I ordered. I'm like, oh, they come 6 months. I'm not kidding you. Like there's been a couple live streams where I'm like, I forgot I ordered this. And it comes 6 months later.
Wow. That's a lot. I mean,
literally.
What are they doing? Hand sewing the thing?
Those weird eye patches, I forgot I ordered those. Because that was a whole phase. When those giant back patches, that was a whole phase I was going through. I forgot I ordered those. Those were almost 7 months. And then there was another one. I have to look because there was a live stream. I was rewatching it and I said that and I'm like, oh, that's right. Because there was another one that was 5 months.
Did they swim them over?
I forget. And then I get the notification. They're like, oh, your patch is on the way. And I'm like, oh, my what's on the who? Like, I forgot. Like, what? Amazon's crazy. Amazon, and I think sometimes I get forgotten because I order massive amounts of stuff. And sometimes they're just like, okay, we'll send him half of this. He's entertained, you know, so maybe he won't notice that this isn't going to come until 2025. Not. Oh, we used to say that all the time. 3 stars would not recommend. Since everyone uses Amazon, I'll give it 3 star. Is there anything that that you use that you're like, I remember when we didn't have this in our life, we were better off for it?
Better off for it?
Besides, like the internet in its entirety.
The microwave.
We're better off without it.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever like the food is not good in the microwave? It's not really that much faster.
We live in the okay, because I'm obsessed with baked potatoes. I'll argue that on the barbecue they take forever. In the oven they take forever. In my microwave it's about 10-15 minutes.
How do they taste?
Excellent, because I put bacon, sour cream, cheese, enough. I go like this with the salt. They're amazing. All right. That is now we need to watch that episode of Are You Being Served where they're talking trash about the new invention of the microwave. I love see stuff like that's a time capsule. Like in Star Trek, The Voyage Home, when they're in downtown San Francisco, that is quintessential 1980s San Francisco. I remember that San Francisco when they had the Unreal Coke sign. It was huge in downtown San Francisco, the Kodak sign and everything.
I need to watch that. I haven't watched that in quite some time.
I love that scene when they're standing there and he's like, "Spurt out, you guys are looking like a cadet review." Oh, it's such a good movie. Oh, it's a time capsule. It
Kilroy
is.
has words about the microwave. I saw a meme that was the other day. What had happened was there was some special show about toaster ovens versus microwaves. Only it just ended up looking like it was a soccer match. Oh, it was microwave versus air fryers.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's like up the air fryers.
I kind of agree with Gilroy. I love the convenience. And like when the kids were little, I would show them cool stuff. Like you get like dried popcorn kernels, you put them in a brown paper bag, you put them in the microwave, and you got popcorn. They thought I was a magician. Right. The kids thought I was a magician.
Put some olive oil and some good butter in the saucepan, melt that up, some salt, put the popcorn kernels in the pan, put a lid on it. You get amazing popcorn.
Food fight. Now
I want popcorn.
People think the microwave sucks when they don't realize you can turn the power down on them. Turn the stupid power down up in time, you get much better results. You know what? Because I'm from that era where it was in my life, my entire life, I do not judge. It's one of those things where I don't even think about it, Says the guy who eats the American diet, literally still cooks with Crisco. I still fry my fries. People look at me, they look at me like a Betamax. They're like, they still make you? You use oil with French fries? I do. I agree with Gilroy too. I'm such a non-stop. You're gonna gasp. I reheat my coffee in the microwave.
I'm sorry, I've got to go.
Yeah. And because I'm weird, I like that burnt coffee smell in the microwave. I don't know what it is. I love that smell. You can pry my Crisco from my cold dead hands. Absolutely. My son, he's been giving me a hard time lately because he cooks and I'll walk in the kitchen and I'm like, "Oh, did you grease the pan yet?" And he's like, "I'll do it." And I'm like, "I'll do it." He's like, "I'll do it." Because he's anti-Crisco and I'm pro-Crisco. But he grew up with Crisco and real lard because I live near a Vallarta. And fun fact, the Heart Attack Grill is still in Las Vegas on Fremont Boulevard. My problem is at my age, I'm scared of having a real one if I went there and ate their food because they cook everything in lard. They deep fry their fries in lard.
Well, that's not, that's, if you're going to go with a hard fat, then lard is better than something that's been made into a hard fat and that your body has a harder time breaking down.
See, now I'm craving stuff that's nowhere near my house again. Good times. Now that is a quote of the evening. Do you know what it's what's the saying? Everything in moderation, including moderation.
Hmm.
I knew someone that grew up on an orange farm, okay, and they 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 ate a lot of oranges. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't matter where you are. If you do anything in excess, it's not good. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll be back at it on Saturday in a decent time. I want to thank everybody who stays with me through these crazy later dates and later times. You guys are absolutely awesome. And hey, hold on, let me switch my angle because I'm been today's grovel Wednesday. To everybody who watches this in the future, I just want to say, lard is good for you. I'm kidding. Thank you. YouTube analytics is all over the place, but there's at least 30 to 40 of you that watch every single stream after, and you are completely and utterly appreciated. I'll make you so you can wave. You're bigger. It'll make you bigger. Hold on.
Hello, future watchers.
Hello, everybody in the future. And I do this new thing where I talk to myself in the future. So, future, my so-called life, I just want to say you're amazing. You're awesome. Go to bed. Get some sleep. Go to bed, future William. I want to absolutely thank everybody. Hello, future sewing people. Is there free sewing stuff in the future? Oh man. Do you think like 1,000 years from now people are gonna be they're gonna do a study about like YouTubers, about just the different weird subsects that we all kind of fell into over time?
And they're gonna get everything wrong. Just like we do
With the
about history.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't believe in much, but right now the Romans are laughing at us. They're like, "Oh, you thought we were way dirtier than you thought." Like, the Romans are laughing at us. I think about that all the time. Egyptians, the Egyptians are like, we didn't do any of that. Oh, I agree.
They found recently a cache of like old Roman artifacts and things in London, and there's a stylus that is engraved with, loosely translated, "My friend went to Londinium and all I got was this stylus."
See, I think the Romans were playing. They were not playing. Thank you so much, Joy, for stopping by. And thank you for hanging out. I will definitely be back at it on Saturday with anyone who wants to hang out. I thank you, Waternate, for joining me this evening. Grovel Grovel. Thank you very much. You are one of the greatest co-hosts of all time.
Oh,
we didn't even crash the ship tonight. We safely landed. I'll see everybody on Saturday. I'm gonna make a red shirt. I'm telling you right now. So get ready for the thumbnails of Scotty standing there. I need to learn Photoshop, but I'm stuck in 1996. So I'll get there when I get there. I hope everybody has a great week. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I'm working on my Jnco video right now. To anyone who didn't watch the beginning of this stream, see you on Saturday. Hope everyone has a great week. Until then, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.
bye.